Welcome back to the WatchTower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network by cinephiles for cinephiles. And, jeez,
I'm sorry.
This is, I'm a little excited. This, if there's an episode to call this a film review podcast, this is the episode. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our Oscarama. That's so hard to pronounce. Oscarama. We're back with our Oscarama. We do this every year.
Why are you sweating?
Yeah.
Hello, Oscar.
I like Oscar.
I like
Hi, Oscar. We're back. We are here. I think that we were talking about this right before we rolled, but this is either our third or fourth Oscarama, whatever one it is. But we do this every year. We talk about the 10 Best Picture nominees. Why are they worthy or are they not?
Exactly.
What are they even about?
Exactly. We do this in 20-minute increments each film. So we're going to try to get this through this as quickly as possible. And if you're bored of us already, you can transition from this long-form 3-hour episode or whatever it ends up being to like the 20-minute ones and just pick whichever one you want because we break it up for you.
Skip around in chapters.
Or skip around in chapters. So go check it out as we separate it for you. And as Dalal likes to say about this this particular episode, if you didn't watch the Best Picture nominees, you don't have to. We did it for you.
Exactly.
So that's what the idea is. So I want to mention just a few things before I introduce who's in the room and what we're covering. We're going to be live on the 16th of March, the day after Oscars Sunday.
Put it on your
We're going to be
calendar.
live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. So, like, come say hi. I don't know. Let us know what you guys think about the Oscars. Was there any moments that stood out to you? Did Jada Pinkett stand up and shave everyone's head? Like, is there anyone that, like, Bugonia, dude? I'm just saying, there's a shave heading.
What are the chances that during the ceremony that Conan shows up and shaves his head like in Begonia?
Or that's true. I don't think he would.
Or is it more of just
his
a
hair
train
is like
dream?
a super pair.
Man, I loved last year's Oscars.
pretty good, though. That's
The
pretty good.
whole what was it called? That movie where he like is looking for his car keys inside of a person's body. It was based off of that movie. You don't remember?
No.
It was the body dysmorphia
there was a
one.
bit. There was a skit. The substance.
The substance where instead of like the actress popping out, it's Conan. And he pops out of the substance.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I forgot my car keys. Like digging in a person.
I wonder
like, he's
how.
funny.
That's
I mean,
pretty
he's
good.
funny. There's going to be funny because it's Conan O'Brien. Conan is great. If you don't see his like podcast regularly, it's
Conan
really
needs
great.
friends.
Conan needs a friend.
Very insightful,
It's
too.
So it's very insightful. And like for instance, the last thing that he talked about with the New Yorker. The New Yorker did this great like highlight on him. Go check it out. It was either the New Yorker or the New York Times. It's one of them. But they do this highlight on Conan hosting the Oscars and what he feels and how he prepares for the Oscars. He talks about everything from like his writer's room to the most recent sad news of Rob Reiner's death, because Rob Reiner was at his party the night he died. So like he talks about like how close he got to Rob Reiner. So there's going to be a ton of that. I think this Oscars is going to have a ton of comedy because it's Conan, but a ton of heart.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a really good balance this year, just because of everything that's happened this year, movie-wise, and people
It really
who
is
passed
going
away.
to be one battle after another.
Yeah, it really is.
It's almost gonna be as sad as Hamnet.
Nah, it doesn't count.
F1.
do you mean?
Anyways,
How does it not count?
because you have to use the title in reference, not like that thing.
Oh, so it's just one battle after another with you.
I've already said that one.
You see? That's
Why are you
that.
just Frankensteining my joke?
This game is tearing us apart, guys.
Anyways,
Y'all
go
sinners.
make sure to tune in on the 16th. Leading up to it, watch the Oscars. Hopefully, you watch all the episodes and stuff like that, and the films that we're covering. And let us know at the end of this episode.
Except
We'll
Sentimental
announce our snub, which film we're going to be covering for the Oscars snub. So whenever that comes out, I think it's in 2 weeks. But
Stay tuned
let
for
us know
that.
what you think. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce everybody in the room.
You don't want to tell them what the snub is already? Because I'll just go ahead and tell them that it's...
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
The Oscar snub episode of the year is... I should move my mouth, right?
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody does.
If you recognize
Is
this eyebrow,
Oh, I wasn't ready.
the...
you smell.
If you can
what
lip
the-
read... What The Rock is cooking?
Oh God,
He said it.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways.
If they're not, they may not stick around for the 3 hours. So better you know now. Anyways, joining me in the room is Mr. Jean-Eric Osser, giving an
That's
active
this guy
perspective.
right here sitting to his right.
This mustache McGee.
Yeah.
Mustache. No, it's Stash Montana.
Future,
It's not after Saturday.
Till Sunday, yeah.
Future Best Actor award recipient.
That's the one right there.
Of the Razzies or
Either one,
Wow.
baby. Either
Wow.
one, baby. I made it somewhere.
Future Academy Award viewer.
You know, Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau could have used a guy like you back in the day. Costner.
Damn, I forgot the line. What was it when he walks out of the...
Hi,
Mark.
doggy.
No, but what was it when he throws something?
I can't stand it. Or what did he say?
Yeah, I can't stand this. It doesn't matter. Oh, hi, Mark.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Oh, hi, Mark.
Mr. Michael Law offering a cinematography perspective.
This guy right here, he's a guy.
If you
He's a
can
guy.
see it, I can too.
Not with those glasses.
future guy.
Future
Future,
watcher of the Oscars.
future busker at the Oscar table.
Future grip
Future cinematography
at the
nominee
Oscar
and winner.
ceremony.
Michael Law.
Howdy, y'all.
Mr. Ricky Rodriguez, future writing screenplay
This guy right
recipient for the Academy Awards.
Keep an eye on this guy.
Future getting a tour at the Simpsons writers' room.
Keep an eye on one nostril on this guy.
You realize, Rick, that if you ever get hired as a writer in the writer's room for The Simpsons, you're technically a Disney employee? Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Do you think they pay very well or very
Not really.
shitty?
No,
The mouse don't care about you.
Not if you're brown.
I don't even think you get free park tickets, dude. I don't even care.
That Mickey Mouse ain't mousing with you, bro.
Yeah.
Mr. Austin T. Young, offering an editing, producing
The
perspective,
best.
and
The one and only.
you know he'd be getting a Best Picture nominee as a producer,
Absolutely,
you know,
dude.
and winner. So he'd win a Best Picture Oscar.
Future.
If it's
winner
not going to
of
happen
casting?
tomorrow, it's going to happen another day.
No, he doesn't cast,
Well, he's been right now,
huh?
like for our films.
Like for Alfred.
No,
20
he's not
minutes,
casting for our films either. What are
20
you
minutes,
talking
man.
about? I'm your humble film servant, Carlos Amdalator, offering a writing, directing perspective.
Easy on the humble.
Future hair magazine model.
Here's a future secret agent.
I don't like that I said hair magazine and you point at the rest of the hair.
I have hair everywhere.
Should've been
Yeah.
like,
In case you didn't know.
Where you want, top or bottom?
this is the real border.
I'm showing leg. It's not because I want to, or as my wife would say, it because I look like a cholo. It's because it's hot.
It seems like
Look
you know
like a
it's more of a
cholo.
sentimental value that you're wearing your hip hand tie.
Yeah, it's giving me train dreams.
F1.
Only,
F1!
only sinners do that, bro.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start covering the Best Picture nominees of the 98th Academy Awards. And we're here to kick off
Or Oscarama.
our
With-
Oscarama.
We are starting off with Bugonia. This is one of my favorites. It is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos.
No?
I want you to take
Definitely
another.
not.
Okay, let's go. Take two. Take two.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
There we
There you
go.
go.
Yeah,
Lanthimos.
I said it right. Cool. And it's starring Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, and Aiden Deblibis.
Delblis? How do you pronounce that? That's a good question.
He's one of my favorites.
I also feel like that's a typo, but I could be wrong.
Is that a typo?
Aiden
Good old
Delblibus?
Doubleus.
Well, anyways,
Double
the
Ibis.
You can
nominees
blame
for
Squish.
this
He
film.
proofread this for me.
Oh, did he? Well, that's where you were wrong to trust
Squishy.
him with proofreading
Anyways, all right,
anything.
let's
Come
go.
on, Squishy.
We're here to talk about Bugonia.
Bugonia is nominated for Best Picture, Actress in a Leading Role, which is Emma Stone. That's my pick. Best Adapted.
That's your pick for winner?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Hey!
Let's go. Let's go.
We all have an opinion. Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Original Score, which I
Okay.
did not think that would have been there.
Cool.
That's interesting.
Rapid fire rating starting with Castro.
Where we at?
Oh, you know what? I really like this one. I haven't really thought about I'll give it a 9.2, man, because I don't know if it's pushing cinema forward, but it's definitely telling interesting, unique stories like I love, and this is my type of genre. I love the acting. I mean, all of them. Even the Aiden guy, he's kind of...
Rapid fire. Rapid fire.
Okay, my
Let's
bad.
go.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
talk. I'm at an 8.5.
8.5?
I'll
That's good.
elaborate why later. I'm at an 8.5.
The law.
8.5.
8.5?
I was thinking 8.5 exactly.
Not bad, not bad.
Rick.
Rick.
I'll go 8.7.
8.7?
A little more.
I think I'm at like an 8.3.
8.3?
8.3.
All right.
Okay.
So you were saying you love the acting.
I love the acting, man. I love how Emma Stone plays this, she's trying to pretend she's not an alien. Spoiler alert, she is an alien. I love Jesse Plemons. He's what do you call it?
a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, one of those crazy conspiracy theories that
That works at Amazon.
works at Amazon, but then you find out he has a hidden room behind with all his research, and I really dug that scene.
Yeah. I like how, to that point, I like how versatile, and that word is overused to describe an actor.
Versatile.
But I love how versatile Jesse Plemons is because he
lost a lot of weight for this one.
He lost a lot of weight for all of them, dude. Between this and Civil War, like,
Yeah.
dude was skinny. But what I like about Jesse Plemons is, like, sure, if you grew up seeing, like, Friday Night Lights or you grew up seeing, like, Mike, like, cool. It's fucking Jesse Plemons, right? But versatility really is, like, I think the name of the game for him, because this dude, how do I have so much respect for him?
I agree.
In
I
something
agree.
like Killers of the Flower Moon.
I know where you're
Where
going.
he's like the sheriff, you know? That role was supposed to be played by Matt Damon, by the way. Like, for him to step into those shoes and fucking play that and command respect in the lens, and then do something like this where you're like, look at this crazy kid. Like, see him as, like, a young dude who's a conspiracy theorist
Right.
who rides his bike around
Full
town.
on the part.
Like, I believed every minute of it. I believe everything Jesse Plemons does as an actor, and that's so hard, man. So,
Yeah.
like, good for him.
And then also, like, I don't know if a lot of people know about Aiden. I don't know if you guys. I think he's on a spectrum.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least in the film, he's definitely, like, a
No, I
special
think
needs.
overall,
yeah.
I think he
Is he autistic or?
I think he's autistic.
Okay.
But I think he plays the part brilliant. He's
Yeah.
the lovable
He's
guy.
incredible.
Yes.
He's incredible. What else has he done?
I think
He-
it's just this.
I think it's just this one.
Neurodivergent. Okay, he's neurodivergent. Wow, so this was his first thing. Oh, is he from Austin? He is autistic. Oh, no, he's from California.
Well, okay.
It's because he was nominated for, that's the Astor Film Awards. I read Austin Film Awards. Yeah, he was incredible. He's terrific.
Yeah.
He made you feel the fear that,
Yeah.
you know, where's the line? I think there's always this moral compass in specific characters or like specific character setups. And he's kind of the guy who just wants to be there for Jesse Plemons' character and be supportive and kind of, let's face it, he's manipulated into this.
Exactly. He's also the for
No, and you
Emma
feel-
Stone.
Yeah.
He also,
He's the weak point for Emma Stone.
yeah, but forces the audience to have empathy for Jesse Plemons, because if he
Right on the
wasn't
point, right.
there, then you would just feel like, oh man, Jesse's like the villain. He's trapping this woman underneath and all that. But then by having him there, it's kind of like, oh, like Jesse's not a bad guy. Like, he's trying to take care of his cousin, and in a weird kind of fucked up way, it's like, oh, I'm just doing what's best to save you because I genuinely believe the world's on fire, and
Yeah.
if you listen to me, I'll save us.
And this all
it's
started because of his
crazy,
mom,
yeah.
right? Because he thinks the CEO is the one that caused
Yes.
the mom.
Because she's a head of the pharma company or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, how crazy shit was that? He just straight up just injected his mom with
Manipulate him to think it was a antifreeze?
Oh man.
Antifreeze,
I
because he
remember-
thought that was the cure, or like
Yeah.
she told him that was the cure.
But
I
he was
remember
sewing.
being at home and watching the movie, and when that scene came up the whole time, I'm just like, please don't do it. Just don't. Like just stop for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. Like,
But
think
it's
about
so
it.
heart wrenching. I mean, all these are heart wrenching, and I think the biggest thing you want to feel is like, sure, what he's doing is kind of messed up, because the film does this sleight of hand that makes you want to just say, oh, it's like he just kidnapped some
fucking
lady.
crazy.
Yeah, and then she's just trying to handle it like a businesswoman, and then it has its turn at the end, which I still recommend people see. But
I'm with you with the right now. We're talking
Well,
about.
we got to be at the point of talking about it. So I think this is a spoiler-filled episode, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was also like stuck when you guys were talking about the cop, if it was necessary
no, not necessary. I just think
or
that
where
like
it was vague
that
what he was telling them.
there's more that could have been expanded upon in the film.
I disagree.
I think that was like the perfect enough.
I think. Look, let's call a spade a spade. I think the former friend, cop, bully,
Boy, babysitter, I think.
touches him or whatever he ends
Yeah,
up
yeah.
admitting to. No, genuinely, but
Well, we never know.
it's implied, right? That
It's
he
implied.
did some bad shit to
It's
him.
implied.
He's his plot device. He's there to raise the anxiety of the moment.
Right.
He's a cop now. He knocks on the door
At the wrong
Shit,
time.
Yeah, he's a plot device. Let's face it. Let's call it what he is. I certainly didn't need any more of him. I accepted it for what it is. I didn't care about his backstory. It made it interesting enough to stay
I agree.
engaged, but I didn't really care.
I think you just need him enough to like answer some of those questions on like, why is Jesse like this?
The way
Why
he
is- oh,
is.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and I think
100%.
for answering the why and giving you enough where you're like, whenever he's in the frame, you feel like you're gonna get a little bit more.
Did we need more?
No, but I think the whole film, what it has going for it is that as it's building up piece by piece, you're constantly wondering, what all this means, where
That's
is
what
it
I
all
love
coming
about
from,
that.
and then plus
That's what I love about
the
it.
fact that we have these very dreamlike sequences
When he's-
of
the mother's
him
floating.
holding on to the mom like a balloon.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
that was
and-
great. That was
yeah.
such a, by the
Yeah.
way, 8.5 Fellini
Yes,
moment.
yes,
So
and
good.
I feel like all those are super, super interesting. So I think they're very very well placed, but it's just to help give the audience like, man, I really wish I could bite onto this little piece of information and understand what's going on.
You mentioned a very key phrase, which you would hope every film is, but it isn't. What I think this film has going for it is the term sleight of hand. This magic trick of ongoingly making you wonder what's real and what isn't
Yeah.
is pretty impressive, man. Like, if I think if this film has nothing else going for it, and I'll get into the negatives of what I think about this right now, but
Yes, please.
But I think what it has going for it is well, we're dealing with fucking aliens here. We're dealing with a mass, what is it called? Not mass killing, a genocide. We're dealing with a genocide, which is the same thing. A massive, like, alien-induced genocide for the ending of the film. We're dealing with a lot of crazy, plausible, non-plausible shit. And you wonder, well, then is that in his imagination, or is mom really floating like a balloon? Is like you're constantly
No, that's
asking
more of a
yourself,
metaphor.
is there actually a spaceship inside her closet, or is it like that's the best thing this thing has
Yeah.
going for it? You don't know until the very, very end.
And also, you never know if that explosion that killed Jesse traumatized, like did something to her brain
Right.
that made her think that she actually went back.
No,
Yeah.
and
Like
Yeah.
maybe started believing
Yeah.
in it.
even the sequence when Jesse comes back after like giving his mom antifreeze and killing her, he comes back and you think, oh, he's just gonna like straight up like murder her, but then Emma Stone comes and commands authority in that moment and says, "Wait a minute, how many of them were Andromedans?" And then
Like, reveals
and then,
the-
and then
Yeah,
says,
because while he's going to the hospital, she's going through that
like,
room.
Like you thought you were so clever. Well, you did get it right. And at first, she plays that off like earlier.
That's
saying,
my favorite
oh, yeah,
scene of hers.
You're,
That's
you're
when
right. I'm an alien.
And
Can't-
what triggers
can't you let me
that
go? Yeah.
is what she finds: the fucking bodies in his secret room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the alien bodies at that, or like
No, and then again, it makes you think like, oh man, guy's a lot more dangerous than you thought. So then,
but it's real.
Exactly.
yeah, but even when so that's the thing, the sleight of hand again. Even when you think like, oh wait, so is she actually an alien?
Right.
Then she goes and takes him over to the office,
Or
and
is
then
she being
it's like-
smart,
Yeah,
negotiating,
exactly. Because then when
drawing
she's
him
at the
in?
office, then it feels like, oh no, she's just trying to play it again. Because then it's like,
Trying to
wait,
buy
so,
some time.
so you use a calculator to get into your ship? And it's like, yeah, but it's a 58-digit code, and only I remember it. And give me a second.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, now get in the closet, and I just have to present her.
And even he's
And-
like,
Yeah,
I've come this far.
yeah, no, and
And even she says, "Do you want me to go first?" Or, no. I don't want you to leave me.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's fully convinced. So I mean, you think, oh, okay, she just was playing the game up until the very again the last second. That it's like, oh no, straight it was an alien. It was the closet and it was a calculator. It's like what? That's
But-
insane.
But that's what I'm saying. Like maybe that explosion hit her head, and then during
I don't think so. I
it
think
was
I
like,
think
oh shit,
because
I kind of believe it now because
I don't think so because then the ending is unwarranted. It's all in her head that she's in another planet.
Well, when you have like a traumatic experience like that, sometimes it delays it for like.
I
No.
think
And
if
then-
you're going with that theory, it weakens the ending even more.
No, I love the ending. I'm
Right.
just giving you like probably what it could have been.
I think the real question to know what the ending means is what would Ari Oster have done?
That, but better.
That's what I mean. Like,
I think that's the thing.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
this
with you
is a
on that. I'm
perfect
with you on
segue.
that.
This is a perfect segue.
I like the
in
ending,
case
but
you
it
don't
was-
know, Ari Aster developed this film. He wrote the initial film.
Really?
But,
He wrote the treatment for it. He wrote the story. It is based on a book, by the way, a novel. I forget the name of the novel, but it is based on a novel. Ari Aster took this thing and said, "Oh, I want to do this. It's fucking great." He's in movie jail because Eddington didn't do well, and he was busy with that. So he was kind of like, Yorgos, you want to tap into this, dude? I trust you to direct it. And Yorgos was like on a 4 back-to-back film fucking like track.
Oscar.
Well, just making movies.
back
Like
to
he
back.
didn't take a break between Poor Things, Kinds of Kindness, Bugonia, and there's another one right before Bugonia. The Lobster, maybe?
Death of a Unicorn.
No, he didn't direct that.
Ain't no way he did that. No, that's producer.
This is Ari Aster. Yorgos Lanthimos. Go to
Afraid of Bo?
Oh, Beau's Afraid. Yeah, Beau's
Beau's
Afraid.
Afraid.
Like those 4 were back to back and back to back. Think about it. They were
That is
released
true.
year after year after year. So he didn't take a
Afraid's
break.
not Yorgos.
Oh, you're right. That's Ari Aster. Who was it then? Or what was it? Bugonia, Kinds of Kindness, Poor Things.
And
Or maybe it was
Oh, I
him.
thought
The other
down a
ones are
little more?
shorts, I think.
Keep going.
The Favorite? No, but The Favorite was 2018. He did like that
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
like thing. So like
I saw that one.
he didn't take a break essentially, and I think it shows. I think he kind of just did this as a favor to Ari Aster, and did it. And now, if you hear interviews with Bugonia, Yorgos is like, "You won't see me for a while. I'm fucking taking a break. I need a break. My brain is fried. I can't keep doing this to myself."
What was the budget on this one? I think it was a perfect one for him. Like the last one before I take a break.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's another thing I love about
to
it.
me,
It's small budget.
I felt like it had Yorgos visuals because he loves
Yeah,
playing
for
in
sure.
these wide atmospheres, which again you could feel like, oh, it's very Ari Aster because Ari Aster does the same thing. But
How much? I can't see.
Between 45 and 55 million.
I think what Yorgos does in contrast is
little
that
bit
whenever
a lot.
he does these like wide tapestries, they're meant to be like these little bubbles, like these little worlds, as opposed to Ari tries to use it as a, oh, I showed you everything, so nothing here can hurt you. And it's like, because you feel like, oh, you know all the pieces that play, but
And don't get me
It's a side
wrong,
hand, yeah.
you get the Ari Aster ending, but I don't think it punches as hard. I also
Yeah.
think it's one of those things where, like, I don't know if it's complacency. I don't know if I don't think it's limitations and resources with that amount of money
hell no, absolutely not.
and that beautiful cast. I think it's just maybe it's complacency. Like, we're at the top of our game. Yeah, we can do this. And the short answer is you can.
I think that.
But we've seen these guys play better.
I've
We've seen
also-
Poor Things and we've seen Midsommar.
Look, I've seen F1 and other Days of Thunder. I've seen Hamnet, I guess now. I've seen them all. This is a very original story.
It is.
yeah, but original is
well-
not best picture.
To me, it has to have a little bit of originality.
No,
Let's
they
put it
all
to you
need
this
to
way.
have originality.
Let's toss this out there because I think everybody in the room has finally seen it.
F1 doesn't, bro.
Friendship is an original story, dude. Is
I get it.
that a best picture
No,
contender?
but obviously this one's there because like people like me liked it.
English
enough.
language remake of the 2003 South Korean film Save the Green Planet.
Yeah, but we don't. That over there doesn't exist.
Well, it is not, but this film is a commentary on resources and how we're killing the earth and shit like that.
Yeah.
Right,
It
yeah,
is very
they're
much that.
letting us
and
know that
also
there's
how
people out
like
there that are
yeah,
go to that
the
lane.
elites are experimenting on young, you know, like
Yeah. And also Big Pharma. It's a commentary on Big
yeah.
Pharma.
Well,
Oh,
right now
100%,
that we're
that's the
hitting
main.
our 5-minute mark, I think it's good for us to segue into: do we think that this is going to win anything?
I don't think-
know.
Bro,
I
I
really
think
think if
there's gonna be some
you know,
fire
if you're
movie.
done with your work, you can leave early, but only if you need to.
I don't
really
think.
appreciate if you stayed.
I
Well-
think maybe.
Come
maybe.
on, bro. We've seen them all.
No, maybe for score. No bullshit. The score was actually pretty damn good.
But the score was very much in the like Ari Aster vein, especially after Eddington, where it's these beautiful, like almost mosaic classical music
Yeah.
in the background,
I like it.
juxtaposing extreme visuals.
I likened it to the one battle score. It's
Yeah.
it's your single notes. It's speeding up the piano notes to get into a place. But if anybody did it better, it's one battle.
Yeah.
So
No,
and-
yeah,
and
maybe
as
not
far
best
as
picture, but
actress in a leading
has
role?
a chance and adapted.
Maybe
No,
the best
actress?
bees. Maybe the best bees.
Oh, best bees,
Best Bees for sure.
What is that?
the bees,
the bee's knees?
Not the bees.
the bees knees.
Oh man, I,
gen-
just kept screaming, "Not the bees!" when
Yeah.
like the cop was getting
I
attacked.
genuinely think. I don't think it's going to win Best Actress. Not after what
Oh
we'll
my
talk
God,
about right
yeah.
now.
Who would be?
For me,
We'll
the
see
top
right
two
now.
contenders
That's coming up soon.
are coming up soon.
No, but just name them. Right,
Okay, well, the nominees are Jessie Buckley, Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson,
No.
Renate Kindsev, which is one of the ones I think is going
Boring
to
as shit.
Emma Stone. I think Jessie Buckley is my number one.
Jessie Buckley.
Bigger man, my bad. I'm a little blind.
Oh, you're good.
A little.
I think
do you
Jessie
think, Jessie?
Buckley for Hamnet is going to win.
mean,
And
she's-
Sentimental Values,
pretty good.
Renate Rainsif.
Dude, not pretty good.
Rainsif.
Like the range and also the punch in all of the scenes with
The
Jessie.
emotion.
Yeah, like
Especially when she was having the kid. I was like,
dude, knocks everything knocks it out of the park on that one. But we'll get
Okay,
into
I
that
will
one.
yeah,
say
I'll give you
this.
that, I'll give you that.
I wonder if Rose Byrne is an upset because she did win the
and that's an
she won the
8/24
Golden
film.
Globe, didn't she? She won the Golden Globe for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. It's an 8/24 film.
Really?
Look, I'll also say this. I don't I hate bringing this up, but do you think the Academy thinks that Emma Stone's worthy of a third one?
Oh, you think like
Not-
it's like
not with this
hey,
performance.
That's enough.
I agree.
Not
Yeah,
with this
I
performance.
think.
When have you ever seen her like this? I know Poor Things. Poor
no,
Things
but-
probably did it a
but
little bit
again,
better too.
I feel like this kind of performance is very reminiscent of when we saw Substance, and I just in the way a person like is playing two different types of people. It's not
What?
alien in the Substance, but there's this kind of like serious tone mixed in with somebody who's just like going through a freak out. Like I
She-
feel like that's sure it's range. But I wouldn't say that this is Emma's.
they torture her.
On
They
a,
break
on
her
a
leg.
cinephile level,
She's just so good.
I
at
will
this.
say this on a cinephile or like even
trying
just
to
as
make
a,
sense to the guy. Sorry, my bad.
no, even just as a director, I'll say that she more than delivers as
Yeah.
an actress. Dude, she's the centerpiece of this falling apart. She's the card at the center of House of Cards because, like the main card, because if she doesn't convince you that she's either or, this thing falls apart.
That's why I think her
so
performance
I'll give her
is
the
so
credit
good.
there, but is it the best performance out of these 10 films or the 5 nominees? No.
Out of those two that you mentioned, I'll give you that. The
Jesse Buckley.
yeah,
Honestly,
All right.
like just real quick, as far as actor goes, like I know that Plemons didn't get a nod, but I feel like Plemons probably delivered more than I think Emma did because of the way that he plays these like this mad scientist guy.
That's a fair snub. That's a fair snub
yeah.
for sure. I don't know. I don't know. I need to revisit that conversation in my head, but
I don't know. I kind of compare it to Leo's One Battle.
Really,
I know. It's just one of those things where you. It's not Leo being Revenant. What do you call it?
The Revenant.
The Revenant. It's Leo being just this. Same with Jesse Plemons. He's
A
just being
dude.
this. What is it called? Conspiracy theorist.
yeah,
I'm gonna toss this out there.
flat earther.
In terms of just to end this in the conspiracy theory realm. I've been saying this for like I don't know how many episodes. There's
That
a
you're not real.
I'm very not real. There's a secret directors meeting somewhere on this earth.
For
There's
real?
a meeting where all the directors pick like what they're gonna cover.
Isn't that Bohemian's
Oh.
Grove?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Shit, maybe.
Yeah,
isn't that
No,
Bohemian's Grove?
like think about it, man. The comparisons between Jesse Plemons and Leo, the conspiracy theory aspect, the fact that we're gonna shoot in the West, things like Eddington or One Battle, or like there's so many similarities in
Same thing with The Secret Agent. I got a little bit of One Battle.
most films. By the way, most films in this year, they're
about grief.
They're grief.
loss.
They're about grief and loss. There's a secret meeting, dude. If I go missing, there's a secret meeting somewhere where directors get together and say, "Hey, these are the rules of the year."
Yeah, like they're
Fall
making
in
their.
this.
Imagine that every great director is just going to a meeting. It's like, oh, what do we want the challenge to be this year? It's like grief. It's like
Yes,
cool.
Yeah.
I genuinely think this
Yeah.
happens, dude. No bullshit.
Losing our moms.
Yeah.
Cool.
Moving
All right.
on to the next picture. The
Please
best
vote,
picture
please
nominees.
vote for this one.
Oh,
Carlos.
God, I'm not introducing this film.
Yes, you are. We're going.
Fuck
We're
that.
going clock.
What's the next one?
No. Come on.
All right, God.
Give it to me.
I hope I get Hamnet next.
Fuck
Do
you.
you want me
Why
to
the
do this
fuck
one?
isn't
Do you want to go
his
counter?
agent on there?
You want to go counter so that way Austin presents it?
That would mean that all of us have to
Why
present. Are you guys
isn't,
cool
I mean,
with
I
that?
can
the
do
other
just
one,
this
the
one because nobody's
F1.
excited for it.
Fine.
By the
You,
man,
you
by the
also
man.
are the leading expert.
No.
in
Look,
this
there's
film.
five,
By
so
the
that
man.
means we would all go twice.
What?
Why the man? His
All right,
agent.
here we go.
All right.
F1,
Bartman,
directed by Joseph.
What the hell are you saying?
Why isn't ¿Cómo se llama este güey? The ones that's
Javier
married to
Bardem.
Penelope Cruz.
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem.
That's true. Why isn't he in here?
Why isn't he in there?
Because
Yeah,
look at
I
that
like them.
performance.
You can only list so
Okay.
many actors, Castro.
So,
All right, here we
Okay,
go.
he didn't
Shut
want
up,
me.
Castro.
shut up.
My bad, my
F1,
bad.
directed by Joseph Kosinski, starring Brad Pitt, Karen Condon, Damson Idris, and it has 4 nominations for Best Picture, Best Editing, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects.
Before you give your rapid rating, in his defense, think about it. Bardem is fourth banana.
Yeah.
It's about these two.
I hate being fourth banana.
Think about it. It's about these two
Yeah, I
racers.
know, I know.
Dude,
I'm
Bardem has maybe like
He brought
15
him
to
back.
20 minutes of screen
He
time.
is great, though.
He brought him
I'd,
back.
I'd see Javier Bardem do anything.
I love him.
Rapid fire rating.
Rapid
Wait,
fire
he didn't
rating.
even say the nominations.
I
My
did.
bad, my bad,
Best
my bad,
Picture,
my bad,
Best
my bad.
Editing, Best Sound, Best Visual Effects.
Okay, fine.
What's F1 about?
Oh, visual effects.
F1 is about a 40-year-old, never has been driver coming back to Formula One to help a team that might.
Oh, Days
lose.
of Thunder, for sure. For sure.
Let him present it. Jesus,
Sorry.
shut
Why are
up.
you talking shit to me? Anyways, rapid fire ratings. I will give this a 7.9.
7-9.
C's get degrees, baby.
Um,
But they don't get Oscar nominated. I'm just
I'd
saying.
say let's go even 8.
Even 8.
It's a good film.
Whoa.
All right, the law.
Just because I love 80s movies. And
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
you. You're the problem, Rick.
Then I was gonna give him a Wes Anderson fucking rating, bro.
Nah, even
It
7.
wasn't symmetrical when he was looking at the camera. So
Even 7.
even 7?
Yeah, like I don't.
All right, Carlos.
I don't know about movies, bro. Y'all need to get out more.
I'm a 6'8". Personally, I'm a
Y'all
6'8".
might as well say 6'7".
So
Just
Fine.
set up for everybody.
6'7".
Castro, what's the right answer?
I thought it was fun.
I'm glad you had fun.
I think that's what carried it. It was that it was fun.
Yes, dude. I'm a big also 90s fan, 80s fan.
Yeah, dude. And
On
then
this
when they
type
give
of
you the
film.
popcorn in the theater while you're watching the movie, it's so
This is
fun.
why I go to the theater for the sound,
The
the
popcorn.
spectacle.
You know
I
how
still
It's more of a
every year,
spectacle.
every year we have that one film where it's like you have to go see it in the theater. I feel
Yeah.
like F1 was that film this year.
We saw it in IMAX,
Yeah.
and then we saw it again in Atmos, and it's. I mean, the technical aspects of it are pretty good.
You're right.
Well, anyways, rating.
Me, right? Probably go 8.6.
8-6.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you
I'll
feel like
pop this
F1
in.
got the nomination for the technical like challenges it went through to be made?
I think F1 was funded by billionaires, and they're going to naturally
Especially in the
campaign
sport, for sure.
for.
No, I know, but I'm saying like the story's not great. It's terrible. But I'm talking about like the
Yeah.
actual technical
Yeah.
aspect to get this film done.
I
Oh,
know this
yeah.
is getting like super political, but I genuinely think it's just it afforded the biggest billboard. I don't think it got nominated because not even the technical abilities are that outstanding.
No,
the
but I
editing
mean,
and visual effects are really, really
like
good.
we.
Dude, they actually
For what
like
they
drove
try to-
these cars. They spent time. They spent like a year and a half in production for this.
None of that has to do with what it's nominated for.
No, I know, but I'm saying, do you think that's why I got the nomination for Best Picture because of?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because the Oscars also do
'Cause of
have
the-
like an award ceremony before the Oscars. That's
The governor's ball.
yeah, but it's for like all the scientific achievements in motion pictures.
No, that's a different one. But yes,
Yeah, yeah. I feel like it's one of those. I mean, like any like behind the scenes featurettes that I've seen on F1 so far have been like super impressive on like how do we capture these cars going at speeds that feel realistic. And I mean, sure, there was like CGI, but
F2
you were even
cars.
saying the CGI was meant to like take real footage and then manipulate it to make it look like they
So
were
yeah,
in there.
really quick. The only CGI used in this film was to repaint cars.
oh,
All
wow.
the footage used in the film is real.
yeah.
Especially the ones right on them.
Yeah, no, but like when you see like racing scenes and stuff, it's like they went in and repainted like cars from actual races.
So it was
Okay.
actually Brad Pitt? That's crazy.
No, Brad Pitt did drive like the car and Dems and Idris.
It's not any less impressive. I just don't think in the conversation of cinema, in the 98th
No, that-
Academy Awards,
No, but
does
that's
it-
you know what-
fair.
you know
But
what?
at the same time, don't we get like an action film every year? Like
Yeah,
we got Top Gun
that's what I'm gonna-
Maverick. We get the Avengers every so
Yeah.
often in there.
Just to piggyback on that.
Yeah, Black
this is-
Panther.
This is one of those guys. This is one of those movies that'll bring people to the seats.
And it
But-
did.
Whether
There-
it's just a good spectacle
You
show.
want to see
I
this
for-
in the theater, not at home.
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
But I forgot what year that the Oscars were almost going to make a category after Avengers for
Oh.
most popular movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they got a lot of slack for it because they said the Oscars is not about popularity. We're not here to vote on like who did the best at bringing people into the seats. It's for filmmakers to rate what was the best film made.
No, but I'm saying
by
that like,
filmmakers, you
it's
know?
probably a little strategic.
No,
You know,
no,
Right now
for
we're losing
sure.
seats. We're losing butts on the seats. This
No,
is a
no,
good
but
film
I
to
mean
put
that's
butts on the
again
seats.
Best
campaigning.
outstanding achievement in popular film.
Yeah, no, and again in 2018, but like for us, it's sure.
It's like saying Top Gun. Was
bringing-
Top Gun
no,
a
no.
Oscar nomination?
It was
Top Gun
nominated
Ma-
for Best Picture, but it
Oh,
shouldn't
really?
have been.
But that's
Yeah.
one of those
Yeah, it's one of
butts on the
those
seats.
that we
No,
get every-
and
I
it's
think
the-
we're all saying the same
My
thing.
bad, my bad.
It's yes. There's always one. That's what we can all agree on. Does it deserve to be there? Is it
Is
to
it
be
some-
is it to be celebrated because it's bringing people to the theaters?
Yes,
sure.
yes, because it's still keeping that old school. This is a big spectacle.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. But by the same token, you can have films like that that can also be good.
No, for sure. but that's
I.e.,
for
like
us
Oppenheimer
cinephiles.
or, you know.
This is for every dad, every person that just wants to go watch a film.
There's gonna be
we
films
need
that are
those.
like that regardless. Because I mean, the whole genre like blockbusters, right? Like I mean, Jurassic Park and their remakes, and any Star Wars film and any like Avengers film. Those films are big budgeted. They're meant to bring people into the seats, and I feel
Yeah.
like they do that well. But when we talk about the Oscars, we're trying to talk about like
it trickles down to the Oscars.
No,
it's
no.
when a dad doesn't care about the Oscars, but it's like, man, my favorite movie F1 is in there.
yeah, but I mean,
look at the Oscars.
it's to me, it's by filmmakers for filmmakers. It's
I'm
meaning
with you.
like
I
when
see where you're going.
when
It's
I look at
supposed to
the
be.
yeah when I look at like the nominees for best cinematography.
But that's what I'm saying, strategic.
Look, I hate to get into the politicism of this, but at the end of the day, I already repeat what I said. I think F1 is here because they had most of Daddy's money to get the biggest billboard to get campaigning. I don't
Yeah.
think it deserves to be here for anything else. Maybe editing. I don't think this was the strongest year for editing. So maybe
it wasn't. It was pretty weak.
So I
Yeah.
think F1 might have something to say for editing in terms of its pacing and the conduciveness of matching cuts to image.
No, and sound. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, and sound.
visual effects, like
Ooh, yeah, sound. It might.
Yeah,
all of them,
those,
it's
are,
like
those
Best
are
Picture.
understandable.
yeah. I hate to sound like a broken record, but when you have in the same year this and Avatar Fire and Ash, I'd probably lean towards the Avatar Fire and Ash.
Nah.
Designed to do the same thing. Bring people to the theaters, show the most advanced technical ability
sure,
of visuals and
but
sound.
it's still
and
a little
but
bit
as
of a
you know,
complex
this, what if
story. It's
Cameron
still,
didn't-
you still,
one at a time.
Sorry, it's still a little bit of a complex story. It's still a little bit of like you got to see the first one. This one's just a show.
Not according to some people out there.
I don't know.
No, but I was
it's
gonna
still
say-
more. It's still more of a my bad, dude.
Of like a popcorn flick to bring people to the movies.
This one, Avatar is a little bit. You got to pay a little bit more attention.
Yeah, but it's also possible that
But yeah, it's
Cameron
beautiful
after
to
the
see, it's
second one was
beautiful to see.
like, I don't want to campaign this one.
No, and that might be right.
This one has
My
a whole
point
fan
is that when you have
base.
two films of the same variety, which one
think-
deserves to be in the conversation?
Honestly, like even watching the movie and seeing what TV's doing right now, this could have been made a mini series with the same cast and probably done better. You know,
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think that it has built-in chapters. I think it has built-in sections, especially the part where like his partner gets hurt, and then after getting hurt,
Yeah. No,
Brad
but
Pitt
it's
kind
a
of
s-
revitalizes the whole team.
It's
And
a
then
sports
like it's
film.
like, oh, when he comes back in, let's go and do it. Like I feel like it has its built-in chapters where if it was a mini series, it would play on Apple TV really well. People would be talking about it. But when
Yeah.
you put it here, it's kind of like, okay, but you're competing in a like
a good Oscar year, by the way.
yeah, you're competing in this giant conversation on like we've always talked the pantheon of cinema. If we're going to talk about movies that we're going to put in a box that'll be preserved forever, should F1 be in that conversation?
It's
of
like
the
saying,
box,
it's like
you know?
saying,
I'm with you on that.
The
But-
basketball is an Olympic sport, okay? And am I going to have the Lakers and the fucking
I see what you're saying.
the
Timberwolves, whatever the fuck.
Well, no, not the Timberwolves.
Boston.
No. The Harlem Globetrotters. Am I gonna have the Harlem Globetrotters go against the Lakers at the Olympics?
That's
Hey,
true.
the Globetrotters
But I'm gonna
are
go with
coming.
you with the Avatar
are.
too. I think the spectacle was on the first one. We never seen anything like that. On the second one, I haven't really heard much of it. There's a reason why it's not
Dude,
here.
the second one, in my opinion, is better than the third.
The
Like,
second one got an
is-
Oscar nomination.
It's
For what?
also incredible.
It got an Oscar
Visual effects?
nomination for Best Picture, visual effects, one visual effects.
Oh, that was last year?
Yeah, last year.
Or 2 years ago. Might have been 2 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but it was up
Regardless,
for Best Picture.
I still think James Cameron is pushing the envelope while still crafting a good story.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
Anyways, bringing it back, I think there's two things to note just about F1 as a whole. And you'll hear me say it about any sports film we've covered on this podcast. It's a sports film. It has the formula of a sports film.
I don't
Oh,
think
yeah.
anybody's arguing the story.
100%. Yeah.
And no, it's not just the sports film story and the beats for the story, but the musical moments, the visual moments, like the explosions of the cars racing fast are a sports tactic. I think it all encompasses like what it's informing. The other side of that coin is, am I crazy? Or to your point about this being a miniseries, there is now a formula for something looking like a TV show and being successful.
That's one thing.
This
that's one
looks
thing
like a TV
I
show.
critique
It
about
doesn't
that.
look like a movie.
yeah.
It
It's
looks like
filmed,
a sponsored. Yeah. I'm
Because
with you on
I've
that.
seen like again shows that look like this now, like FX and all that. Because now the budget for TV shows has just gone up.
and
Where-
it doesn't look just like a TV show. It looks like an Apple TV show. Go down this looks like an iPod. If you know what I'm trying to say, aesthetically, design wise, this fits Apple's like mantra of design and flawless and grays and blacks. And
But at the same time, you wouldn't give him credit too for not doing the same thing and just kind of going with like
no,
all right,
because they produce
nowadays.
Killers of the Flower Moon, Castro. They let someone be original. Okay,
Yeah,
in
but the
same
one
company.
person they did is like
Yeah, but what
the
if,
guy.
Well,
They
yeah.
didn't just let any other guy do it.
What else did Joseph Kosinski do?
Top Gun Maverick.
Well, there you go.
hey, brought people back to see. Brought people back to
No,
see.
and
Listen.
that's the thing. Castro, like
Everybody praised them for that movie.
No, you have to agree to this. If
you have to agree.
no, you have to agree to this.
Do I
If-
tell you how to fuck?
Like when you watch, like, let's say a comedy film, like right now the big conversation is that another scary movie's gonna come out,
Oh,
right?
fuck yeah.
Oh, I
Scary
saw
movies.
the I saw the teaser.
Yeah, and like that, it's gonna bring so many people to the seats. But if any of the Wayne brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
If any of them win Best Actor, do you feel like it'd be a slap in the face to like the
A
rest of the
little
people
bit.
acting?
Yes, but
Yeah,
that's a little bit
no,
extreme.
because it brought people to the seats and they all came for them.
Brad Pitt, you hear what
And
these guys are
I
telling
feel
you?
like
You're at
when
the level of scary movie.
I feel like when we have our seat at the table, I'm gonna get pulled because I'm gonna be talking like this, and I'm gonna be talking shit, and then I'm gonna have like kind of like the Under the Silver Lake moment of the musician that wrote every popular
yeah,
song.
dude. I love that.
I'm gonna have somebody like that pull me aside and tell me, "Hey, dude, if these movies don't exist, your precious cinema can't exist."
Right.
Like, there's gonna be. I understand the utility of something like this.
Scorsese's
It's
that's
fine.
fine.
gonna
That's
be the
all
one
I'm
to
Yeah, it's
pay.
gonna be Scorsese.
That's
I
all
kid.
I'm saying.
I know. But we kind of, it's like the end of Silence,
It's a
you know,
st-
with
it's a
Liam Neeson's
strategic-
character of like,
you have to
dude,
step on a Scorsese photo.
I get the utility of this. It's fine, but it doesn't defeat the purpose that we're talking
Yeah.
about a pantheon of cinema and
I'm
whether
with
this
you.
belongs
I'm
there
with
or
you.
not.
But then you're also going against all the people that nominated this one for a film. There's
No,
a
no,
reason
no.
why.
Fuck those people. They
No,
don't know
that's
what
what I'm saying.
Again,
They-
they
we
get
all have strong
nominated.
opinions.
They get nominated. And we've talked about this for a couple of years now because campaigning works.
Yes,
If you have the
yes.
money for your film, you can throw it all into campaigning, and you'll definitely get a nomination.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
won't
that's
get the
what I've
win.
learned.
You
Especially
can't
with
buy
Marty
a
Supreme.
win. You can't buy a win, but you can definitely buy a nod.
No, Marty Supreme had a lot.
You
of
can
I'm
buy a
gonna
win?
toss. I'm gonna toss.
You can buy a
you
win.
can't
If this
buy-
one
you can't-
wins, you buy the
You
win.
can't buy a win.
Hey,
I agree. I have enough faith in the Academy to understand that you can't buy a win.
Thank
least
But-
this
you.
year.
Thank
At
you.
least this year.
Brad Pitt killed.
I will say this, just to touch on that TV thing again. Netflix has a formula too, man. I know when it's a Netflix film. The color, the reds are reds, and it's pretty, and it looks like a rom
Oh,
com.
dude,
Auteur
like
style.
Tarantino's producer, what's his name? Corman was on Rogan, and he was talking about that. I was like, you go to Netflix and they give you a paper, and it's got by minute 2, it's got to have this. By minute 5, it's got to have this. By-
Especially with the
You think
rip.
so?
Especially with the
John,
rip.
Avery.
Ugh.
or yeah, Avery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, come on, dude. Like
So-
it's just there,
So
and
you
it's now it's
telling me
permeating into
your
cinema.
dick is bigger than their dick.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that we're reaching the aforementioned close to
It's not,
5 minute
it
mark.
might win sound.
Rick, can you do me a favor and pull up best visual effects?
I don't know, dude. To Austin's point, I
else would-
think
who else
I
would
think
be visual?
editing.
I
might
think
win.
it's gonna take editing.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Who else do you think has
Avatar:
running?
Fire and Ash is nominated for visual effects.
See, that's
Dude,
what I'm
if
saying.
F1,
Avatar
Jurassic
Fire and Ash
World-
doesn't win.
Jurassic World Rebirth,
No
The Lost
way.
Bus, and Sinners. Ooh, Sinners, yo.
Hold on,
Yo,
my
no,
bad.
Sinners is
I
taking
thought you
that.
said Avatar was 2 years ago.
This is the new one, dude.
The
For
third
this-
one.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't it get Best Picture?
Because I don't think Cameron cares anymore.
Exactly.
No,
That's what
but
I'm saying,
it can
'cause the
campaign.
spectacle already left from the
no,
first one.
but it can campaign for where it feels like it's strongest, and it's in its visuals.
For sure.
it is so
Also,
strong.
But not Best
let's
Picture
just
for a
like
reason.
toss this out there on an obvious thing. Sequels usually don't get a nod.
That's what I'm saying.
and it's impressive.
No,
that
it's
this one
not.
did.
It wasn't as good for
Oh
it
my
to be
goodness.
No,
nominated.
no, I just mean
You're
any
saying
sequel.
sequels aren't.
No,
yeah,
I
that's
mean-
what I'm
Any
saying.
sequel.
Yeah,
Sinners-
that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Sinners
hold on,
very
hold on.
There's a
Before we
reason.
waste any more time,
Yes.
If it was good enough.
I genuinely do think this will take editing.
Okay.
And
Yeah, dude, especially
what's
the-
up for sound, Rick?
If it's not CGI, the ones where like he's driving, that's great, dude. You're right in the pit.
The
Why?
Brad Pitt.
Right in the pit.
I mean, right in the seat.
No, but why would that? Why would
Oh
that
man,
be?
One Battle, Sinners. For
yeah,
Siraj.
no, I think this takes sound.
I don't know. Sinners might be up there for me with sound.
I think Sinners will beat F1 over for visual effects, but I think F1
I
takes it
think
for
Sinners
sound.
is probably going to take it for score, no?
Cinematography, and that's it.
I think One Battle's going to win best score.
You think so?
Yeah.
And
Cinematography. You think
Greenwood,
cinematography
yeah.
is gonna go for Frankenstein?
No, I think it's going to go for... I would want it to go for, what is it called? Train Dreams, but I think it's going to go for One Battle.
This isn't getting nominated for cinematography.
Yeah, no, he's talking about something else. Anyway,
Yeah, so
that's our thoughts
I personally
on...
think editing and sound. But
That's our
me.
thoughts on F1.
I'll give it the sound. I don't think it would deserve anything else.
What would you give editing over this?
Marty Supreme.
Oh,
Marty
yeah, me
Supreme
too. I
editing
just
is
Marty
finished it.
Supreme drags.
Incredible.
I'm just
You
finished.
think so?
I finished it yesterday.
The pacing's a little off on Marty Supreme.
You think so?
But editing isn't just about pacing. A
No, I know,
director
yeah.
gets to choose what pacing they allow their audience. And
I'm with you,
somebody
dude.
like Benny Safdie or Josh Safdie, they want to extend the tension
I
on you.
understand.
It's not supposed to feel cohesive like that.
It's not. I'm not. When I talk pacing, it's not necessarily always about cohesiveness.
I mean, what if you wanted to kind of slow it down?
All right, can we at least, since this is going the other way, can we at least say some good things? That is
Not really.
Nope.
Go on.
So next film.
Oh, somebody. By the way, Rick's shown us this twice now, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
That like if you compare Days of Thunder to F1
Literally.
side by side, it's a shot-for-shot remake of
Literally.
Days of Thunder. Yeah.
It's real
Hey,
bad.
and you know what? Call me whatever you want. Days of Thunder looks better, like looks prettier. Like the
It looks like a
cinematography-
movie.
Yeah, it looks like a
Well, you know,
Come on.
Nah, dog. I like the
All
Apple
right.
look.
F1
It's a
looks
new-
like a
it's-
rich person's house, if you catch my drift.
I'm
That's
with
what
you.
F1 looks like.
And you don't like looking at rich people's houses?
All right.
Not when I can't be in it, Castro. No.
That
You're
was
you're
our
just
thoughts on F1.
experiencing it.
Please comment your thoughts on any of the movies we
And
talked
how
about
wrong they
because we obviously have our opinions, but we know you have yours. So
Ricky, you're
F1.
introducing the next one, so.
I'm interested.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Which was the next one?
Mr. Rick?
Oh,
You got a good one.
Frankenstein. I think this one's gonna steal a
Why
lot.
am I introducing?
Because we're going like that.
How?
Like that.
I mean, if you want to,
Keep doing it.
I'm
Just
not
keep
good
doing
at
it.
we're going around town, boys.
I
Say
guess
it
next we have Frankenstein, directed by the great Guillermo del Toro.
Definitely.
Starring
Possibly my
Jacob
cousin.
Elordi, Mia Goth, and
What?
and Oscar Isaac.
damn,
This
what
is
a
up for
cast.
9 nominations, 9 awards.
Which are they?
Best Picture, Actor in a Supporting Role, Adapted Screenplay, Cinematography,
Yeah.
Costume Design,
Yeah.
Makeup Hairstyling,
Yeah,
Production Design, Original
yeah.
Score, and Best Sound.
nah.
All right, Rick. Rapid fire ready.
What do I give?
What do I give this one? What do you give it?
Let's go 8.5.
8.5?
Really good.
No.
9.3.
Carlos.
I'm like an 8.
What? Castro.
I'm with you, man. I'm around 8.2.
8.5. Do you want to explain that 9.3?
Next up in the best film. No, I'm kidding.
Look, man, I know your girlfriend loves this film, but
Wait,
yeah,
what?
right. It's you.
No. I was gonna say because this one hits me on the
No,
cinematography
be honest.
notes.
How much Chon
Okay,
did she
okay.
give you to give it that high of a rating?
No, that's
calm
cool. That's
down.
cool. That's cool though.
No, I was gonna say on the cinematography front because I mean I've just been really impressed with.
you really like movies with snow, don't you?
No, I've just been really impressed with the
Okay.
way. What is it? Guillermo plays with the visuals, and I mean, we've had this conversation before. When like, where do you give the credit to the cinematographer who crafted the
that's
visuals,
a
or do
really-
you give it to the director
Okay,
who
be-
develops the mise en scène?
Let me ask you
Everybody
this.
out there,
Lau. I
please.
brought this up to Carlos, and I don't know if he called me
Meg, clip
crazy or
that.
not, but the cinematography reminded me of like this was Shape of Water mixed with Pan's Labyrinth.
That's what I'm saying.
The only
No
thing,
leap.
but the thing is, there's a
leap.
lot of beats and moments where I just love this this visual poetry. Like, I mean, what's still stuck with me
like
to
that.
this day is the ending shots when they're in the snow and the sun's rising and he's just walking off into the
I love
distance.
You know that boat was fucking real, right? Inside a soundstage.
Oh shit!
Look up the visual effects. That thing was fucking huge. Like he built it. He had this set built. Everything you see in this film is real.
Did he sell his boat?
Except the castle. They shot at some castle.
Did
in
he sell
Scotland.
his boat to fund the film
Yes,
and
he
shoot the
did.
boat in the?
Like, to me, the visuals alone, they're hunting, they stick with you.
Yeah.
I also think that all the cinematography that revolves around the monster is gorgeous, and then it does something to you when you watch it that it makes you connect so deeply with this character.
I'd toss this in addition to what you're saying, Austin, the Pan's Labyrinth, Shape of Water thing. In that conversation, I'd also toss Nightmare Alley. I don't think you have, like, especially when he's presenting to the other doctors in the room and shit like that. That's a Nightmare Alley moment.
Yeah.
Those are there's Nightmare Alley
But
moments.
like at
in
least
this
for
film.
me, like the Shape of Water moments, stuff like that, it's like how green it was.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
turning into
Aesthetically.
like
That's a
Guillermo's
color
thing.
palette thing.
Yeah,
like, for
it is
sure.
aesthetic.
But like that's what I mean though is
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's turning into a film thing. I think it's just turning into like Guillermo's.
A tour.
I don't think that's
Yeah.
a terrible thing. I will say this. I think to your credit, Delau, I think you're right. I think for lack of sounding, and risk of sounding stupid, this movie feel like movie. Like there is a sense of like the
Oh, look at that.
immersiveness through the visuals.
Yeah.
Right.
I completely agree. I don't know. Again, considering who Guillermo del Toro is, I think he's
Possibly my cousin.
possibly your cousin. I think he's done this better. I think the
think
best
so?
thing this film has going for it is not its direction. It's the acting, by the way, is superb. I'll give the
Isaac.
acting there.
Oscar
All
Isaac.
of them. Mia Goth, man. I love Mia Goth.
Yeah,
I'll watch
yeah.
her in anything. She's incredible.
I'll marry her.
I think the best thing this has going for it, I think the biggest thing it's a contender for, in my opinion, is best production design. Right along with Flow. I think it's
What
one of
about
these two.
costuming?
And costuming.
And costume.
Costuming's up there. That's fine.
I'm gonna say something a little controversial. I did not like Frankenstein.
At all.
Would you have preferred Dougie?
No, I just don't like. I don't like the way the guy did it.
Which guy? Elordi?
Lordy.
Dude, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
He's
Is
What
it
about
'cause
the
he
novela
speaks
moment?
and 'cause he's not dumb?
Maria Elena.
No, I just feel like anybody could have done that role. You just gotta be
You
tall.
think so?
By the
oh my
way-
goodness.
LeBron.
Yeah.
could've-
You know who was,
yeah,
who
I'll
was
go
supposed to be
there.
cast,
I'll go
right?
there as an actor.
You know who he's supposed to be cast? Who he replaced like 2 weeks before the fucking
Well,
shooting.
don't tell me it was Dougie.
Yeah.
Who?
Dougie?
No. Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield dropped like 4 weeks or 6 weeks or
I
something
think
like
that
that.
was for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He dropped from the role.
Yeah.
Elordi was like, dude, let me scoop you up. He
He's
came in
perfect
like
for the role.
4 weeks before this fucking production started. That's kind of impressive, man.
No, that's very impressive. But I just think, as an actor, I'm gonna be that asshole. I just think he fit the part.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's what made it work.
As
It's
a
not that
director,
he's-
to empathize with Del Toro, I completely agree with this part of why Del Toro cast him. Del Toro's big thing about directing actors is that he says for him, it always starts in the eyes. The best acting
That's what he has.
acting is
He's a model.
done
He's a tall
90% with
model.
your eyes.
Yeah.
And Elordi, in this context,
Yeah.
he speaks nothing for 2/3 of the film. His eyes do all the acting.
It was annoying
and
the
they're
hell out of
pretty.
me, dude. It was annoying.
But it's incredible.
I know.
What
It's
he
part
was
of the
able to
film.
do with the limitation of no
It's
dialogue.
nothing against him. It's nothing against. He's a great actor. I saw him in what was the one that he did like 2 movies before?
Wuthering Heights? Or no, that was after. Saltburn.
Yeah, Saltburn.
Saltburn.
Yo, fuck yeah, dude. That's
I'm gonna
that's
toss this out
acting.
there. We were having this conversation off the air like weeks
This is
ago.
just like getting direction.
Before Frankenstein, Elordi to me was what
He was a Netflix rom-com actor.
right. Well, and that's where I'm going with this. He was Glenn Powell to you. Elordi to me was what Glenn Powell is to you.
What? Okay.
But Frankenstein hits and you're like, oh,
I also
he can
think-
act. And then you see Wuthering Heights,
Frankenstein?
which Wuthering Heights is your
Saltburn
it's
is
50 Shades
acting.
of Grey and fucking
No,
the 1800s. But he's good in it.
And you know what? I'm gonna throw this out there.
Dougie as Pants Lathering,
But-
that's acting.
Yeah,
That's-
but you don't feel like, again, if you're gonna say that Doug Jones and his acting style, that's real acting, but then you look at something like Frankenstein and you say, I don't see that as real acting.
No.
I think that's kinda like,
No. I don't not say that it's not real. Like I said, it's kind of like the easy route of acting.
you think so? I feel
Kind
like,
of.
I don't know, there was something so complex to it and there was something so human about the whole thing that I ended up feeling
Dude, I love that movie so much.
very much
okay.
like I think the story was meant to show you. At first you think that the monster is the thing that Frankenstein created, and then later on you realize that the monster's Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Like and that beautifully plays out
Great
visually.
story. No,
everything.
I'm not talking about the story.
No, and I mean the story is adapted. Like, we
Yeah.
can't say that it's
not
coming
original.
out of thin air.
Yeah, no.
But we can say that just the way he found these visual compliments to me, I think that's what made this movie really special.
And let's call a spade a spade. Personally, if we're talking about acting, I think Oscar Isaac deserves the acting nod,
100%.
and Elordi deserves the supporting nod.
Can you at least see the comparison between those two? Like I know that what you're saying for the Frankenstein, it's needed, but comparing that to Oscar Isaac acting, I'm a little dyslexic, man. I'm trying.
No, yeah, like I mean, I just feel like
Doesn't he have more screen time to begin with? Am I
Oscar
crazy?
Isaac. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because
Yeah.
I think
Why is he the supporting role? Or was it Elordi that's nominated for supporting?
That, yeah, I think
Elordi's
so.
nominated for
Right?
supporting?
That would be the right way. Holy shit!
Oh, you're right. Okay, so
Yeah,
Jacob
yeah.
Elordi's nominated for actor in a supporting
Didn't
role,
he?
but,
Supporting, yeah.
but Oscar Isaac didn't get a nod at all, right?
He did not
So
fucked.
that's interesting.
over Brad Pitt. No, come on. Now
And
that's
again,
Brad
that's
Pitt
something to
didn't
talk
get a
about.
nod. I don't think
again,
he got
I
a
feel
nod.
like
That's
it's,
something to talk
it's
about.
seeing where
What do
you
you mean
think
over Brad Pitt? Brad Pitt didn't get a nod.
It's Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo
shit, I'm thinking Best
DiCaprio,
Picture, that's
Ethan
true.
Hawke, which I plan to see
bad, my
Blue
bad.
Moon before we start. I really want to see Blue Moon. Michael B.
Ethan Hawke.
Jordan and Wagner
Oh,
Mara.
I'm sorry,
for-
Michael B. Jordan's taking it.
Yeah,
I really do.
It seems like
Well, he just won the actor awards, but
Timothée Chalamet
I'm
plays
rooting for Leo.
The good part,
No,
but
I know, but
hated
like
his
think
character.
about it. We'll get to it when we talk about Cynics. But
Yeah.
I think Ethan Hawke is going to upset. I've been hearing incredible things about Ethan Hawke.
I
Yeah,
heard
but Michael B. Jordan plays two completely different people.
Did
And
you-
they don't
they
feel
feel
that different.
similar.
Did you see
Yeah.
I guess it was the supporting, the one that co-stars with him. It was a kid.
Ethan Hawke?
The co-star. He accepted an award and he was like, "Man, it's unreal acting next to
Oh,
your,
yeah, the British dude.
yeah,
I saw
acting
that.
next to your idol." And
Because
then-
he came to speak at a class.
Oh yeah,
for him.
that's exactly.
Yeah, I
oh,
remember
bro.
this. Yeah, it's great.
I was crying, dude. I was like, "Damn."
It's a Bobby. No, not Bobby Cannavale. Who is it? It's
a kid.
Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott just won the BAFTA. And in his acceptance speech, he thanked Ethan Hawke because Ethan Hawke came to speak at his college acting class.
Yeah.
And was like, "You can do it too, kid," or whatever. And then now, lo and behold, he acts
What
in a
a
movie with him.
cast, though, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's incredible. Margaret Qualley. Like, it's Linklater. It's Linklater.
How
Oh, I
much
love
time do we have
Bobby,
for
dude.
Frankenstein?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. God, jeez.
Go back. Go back to the
Go back.
PowerPoint.
Can we see the time?
Show me blueprints.
Oh, no, baby. It doesn't matter.
Okay, real quick.
I think we were at about 7 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well-
yeah.
Okay.
Real quick.
Oh, hey,
just,
I got it right.
well, no, he just skipped to around 7 minutes. Anyway,
You're ruining the
Don't
magic.
do that to
Fine.
Austin, bro.
okay.
Waterfalls.
13 minutes.
I don't think it's gonna get the best picture.
Same.
I think it'll probably get. I think costume was wonderful, and
Yeah.
they were extremely interpretive.
And production design.
Production design.
Yeah.
And makeup.
Yes.
Cinematography?
I think cinematography was good, but again, somebody like your guys' points, and even to the point of like Guillermo's done better things. I think his peak in cinematography thus far has been Shape of Water. Shape of Water seems to be the one that, like, when you're looking at like excellent crafted visuals with so much like unsaid storytelling.
Does he work
like,
with the same guy?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, to get
Since when?
Since I thought we said it's since Pens, no?
Yeah. It might be.
yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah, that would
But
make sense. exactly.
yeah, I feel like it's great. But again, I think once you start seeing the visuals, you can tell it's a Guillermo del Toro film. Like that's the thing. And
That's
then
the first thing.
I'll
he
toss-
did say, real quick, he did say that I think after this, he does want to do something a lot more personal. So
Yeah.
I'm curious about that film. I think if anything, maybe that'll be his film that we start saying, oh man, this is where your visuals are complementing you being an excellent storyteller.
Didn't he already name
wrong.
his next one?
Yeah,
which
I
is
think
so away from his.
I think he's doing Phantom of the Opera next. For them.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I think it's that one.
Fury. Oh, he's been talking about Fury for a while too.
Fury, the same story or another one?
No, it's something else.
Okay, let me go pee real quick.
I guess we're pausing here.
I guess so.
No, I mean I don't have a ton to say. I think if anything, the only thing to note is like Frankenstein's been in story, in the forefront of storytelling for a long time. Mary Shelley released her novel in the late 1700s.
Okay, then. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just think that this is, if we're gonna say anything good about this film, aside from the fact that Del Toro's Del Toro, he's got Del Toro all over the place. Frankenstein is the most definitive Frankenstein film there is.
I was about to ask, like, where would you rank this in all the tellings of Frankenstein?
I think 1818. I think it's the top one. I genuinely think that it
Nothing else kind of beats.
don't get me wrong, there's a nostalgic fact to the Universal classic monsters and what those did and like I don't know, but I don't think I think this is the definitive Frankenstein film. I don't think anything tops it. And I think that's what cinema's supposed to do. As an example, like they're about to release The Bride, right? With Jessie Buckley, fucking Oscar nominee, more than likely the Oscar winner for Best Actress, and Christian Bale and Jake Gyllenhaal. And it's directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. And it's her take on The Bride because what a lot of people don't realize is The Bride of Frankenstein, in terms of the Universal Classic Monsters, she doesn't talk. Like, she comes out for 10 minutes at the end of the film and somehow she's a famous monster. There's no story to her. There's no background to her. And she wanted to give that character background. And that's why The Bride exists. This new version of The Bride. And I think that's cool. And I think that's what cinema should do. If you're going to
original.
try to retell a story, you got to put your spin on it. You have to
Absolutely.
add to the building blocks that already exist. So I think Del Toro did that in spades. I think this is the definitive Frankenstein movie. That's all I got to say about it.
So the ones that's gonna take it is best
Nothing.
makeup.
You wanna? We have a couple minutes. You want to give us the anecdote about the novela?
Yeah, costume design, makeup, and production design. That's what I'd give it.
Okay.
Del Toro has this great bit that he talked to Oscar Isaac about. Oscar, because Oscar, when he makes fun of Del Toro, he like, for some reason, Oscar speaks perfect Spanish. He's like, oye, cabrón. Like, he mimics Del Toro, like, to a T.
Shit,
It's pretty fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Isn't Oscar Isaac like Chilean or
And
something?
he might be, yeah, I think. But he
all
has
Mexico,
some Spanish background. Yeah, funny. What is it? Beans and rice. Funny
funny
music.
music.
It's all the same.
Sides of rice. It's all the same.
Oh,
No,
Guatemalan?
he's Guatemalan. Okay, so like he was able to like mimic Del Toro to a T, and he says we had a really crazy moment on set where he's like, "Hey, and then this moment, I need you to give me the Maria Elena." And he's like, the Maria Elena? What's the Maria? Guillermo, what is the Maria Elena? So Maria Elena is a Mexican novela thing. It's when in Mexican novelas they say, Maria Elena, and then they turn around and the camera zooms in, and it's this dramatic novela moment. He's like, there's at least one Maria Elena moment in every single one of my films, and that's my Mexican homage.
That's good.
So there's a lot of Maria Elenas in Frankenstein for that reason.
My
Because
favorite one is the now let me tell my side of the story.
yeah, that's a Maria Elena moment. Absolutely, but it's a Mexican novela thing, right?
¿Por qué, Maria?
Didn't you say you and Oscar got shushed at the Chinese theater?
We did. I got to see this at the Chinese theater in IMAX, and
How did you and Oscar get shut?
we were watching the film, and Oscar, shout out, motherfucker, because I told you this in your face.
Yo.
Oscar doesn't know how to whisper. Okay, he can do many things. He's an incredible graphic designer.
Hey,
but,
did you see
but
that?
my man's cannot whisper to save his life. We're in meetings at work, and he's talking shit while our boss is presenting on something, and he's loud, and nobody has the balls to tell him, like, dude,
Shut up.
bring it back. But he cannot whisper to save his life. So we're in the Chinese
Bájale
theater
watts.
to a packed house. And he's like, telling me like, oh, that actress did this, and she was in this movie, and I was like, okay, cool, dude, like, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe, yeah, cool, you're probably
But you're,
right.
like, right here.
And mind you, Oscar's like a cinephile, like, he knows the shit. So he's like, yeah, no, dude, and then he pulls out his phone. He's like, it's this film and this and that, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm kind of just leaning into it at this point, and then out of nowhere, I'm looking straight at the screen, trying to be like, yeah, dude, let's go. Boom! This lady sitting to my right pops to my face as close as his microphone. I'm like, whoa, shit! I'm watching a horror film and you're fucking popping into my fucking face. And she's telling Oscar, can you please put your phone away and keep it down? And I'm like, damn! I even said like, oh shit! Like, dude, you're in my personal space now. Like, fuck off.
I can smell you from here.
And Oscar's
Just
like,
Jamaican
oh
for
shit,
some
like he
reason
just
now?
puts his phone away. And I turn to look at her date, her husband, her boyfriend, whoever she's sitting next to, and he's kind of like, I'm sorry. Like, she does this a lot type of shit.
Was it the same girl that came up to us and
God.
said, I had to leave the state and you are still incredibly loud.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've been with you guys in the theater before.
Oh, I
I've
bet you guys
met
told me.
you. All right.
It's hot fire.
You
man.
get too close, man.
You're too close, man.
That was me with this lady. You're too close, man.
All right.
Anyways,
Well,
yeah,
that's
that's my anecdote for
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Next up, we have.
Who's next? You're next.
The beef.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
No, like we said, unless somebody wants to request it.
Do you
No,
want
that's fine. No.
No,
Go,
if
go,
you
go,
wanna-
it's okay.
Okay, I've never seen this film. I've heard it's great.
Okay, so we're going to talk about...
do you want to take over?
You didn't see it?
Hurry up!
I've
Somebody
seen
just
it.
do it.
I'll do it. I have a special place
Yes.
in my heart for this one.
Okay, fine. But I'm getting sentimental values.
Never mind. You go.
No, I'm getting both.
No, you go.
I hope I get both. We are doing Hamnet, directed by Chloe Zhao,
Yep.
starring Jesse Buckley and Paul Mescal, nominated for 8 Academy Awards: Best Picture,
Damn.
Best Directing, Actress in a Supporting Role, Adapted Screenplay, Best Casting, Achievement in Production Design, Achievement in Costume Design, and Original Score.
just
I might have
giving
messed that up. It
nominations
should have
away
just
now?
been actress in a leading role, right?
Do people just
Yes.
Yeah.
put names in a hat and they just pick them?
That's a big oopsies.
Mr. Proofreader over there.
Hey man, I just read to make sure everything seemed
Everything.
right.
All right, rapid fire rating.
Rapid fire ratings. This one's gonna take. I mean, I still, even though we watched it a while ago, I'm gonna put it like a 9.5. This one just has a really special place.
And move
really
cinema
quickly,
forward.
huh?
And move cinema forward.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a big conversation on that. But before I continue the ratings, this is a film loosely about the making of Hamlet, but from his wife's perspective.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare's wife's
Yeah,
perspective.
so William Shakespeare's wife perspective. It is this incredible family drama. And I mean, you would think like, oh, they're going to just be name dropping William Shakespeare and all this kind of stuff the whole time. But they just call him Will, and everything's very cash, and it's this family. But then trouble strikes the family with the loss of a child. After that, there becomes a disconnect, and in the disconnect, Will's away writing in London while she has to deal with the family, and it's this incredibly intimate story. Amazing climax at the end. So yeah, 9.5 is where I'm leaving it. Carlos, correct answer.
No, I'm around there. I'm probably closer to a 9.2, only because the sleight of hand is so effective that it's. We can talk about it later. The sleight of hand of the first act is so effective in what it's trying to do that it throws you off
When they're
so
fucking-
bad.
When they
All right.
fuck.
So 9.2.
I don't know what to think about Paul Mescal, and
This is the best thing he's ever done. Never.
I don't know. I don't know.
Never done.
History.
I don't
All right,
know.
let's go rapid fire.
Yeah, you
I'll
can
give
be,
it a 7.1.
Okay, 7.1. Austin?
Yeah.
Respectfully, I'm going to admit a rating on this one. I wasn't able to fully enjoy this picture.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm out.
Oh, Rick wasn't. This is one of the few that Rick wasn't able to.
Ah, got it.
No worries, no worries.
No
Just
problem.
for the audience, I did see it. Just very heavy topic. Wasn't able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I'm the asshole.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, now we can get into it. Like, I feel as far as this is, there's a few in here, but if this took over for Best Picture, it's one of those that I wouldn't be upset with, just because it was done super, super well. Again,
Best Picture?
it's got heavy subject matter, but again, I there's very few films that I've seen where the actress in a leading role dominates the screen in a way that's just so
I'll give you that.
impactful and powerful.
Yeah.
And I mean, seeing this character where, she's getting with somebody for love, and then all these like tragedies genuinely strike the family,
Plague.
and she's trying to just kind of keep powering through with all this, what she feels is injustice to her, and how can she survive? And, it's the whole movie's built like a tragedy. And I mean, this is what inspires Hamlet, which is another tragedy. But it's so beautiful.
I
It's
want to
so-
talk about this at length. That I think, man, there's so much to say about this film. God, if you know me, you know that like I've forever since middle school probably I've loved the romantics. I like literature was kind of my first love, I think, and like plays were. Just Shakespeare in general was like there was something that helped grasp me at an early age
Anybody
from
who read
Shakespeare.
your early scripts know that.
Right, and
It's
like,
ineffable.
jeez, but I think that because of that, I've always just kind of relished when somebody does Shakespeare right, and I think Hamnet is what Shakespeare in Love tried to be, and I loved Shakespeare in Love. I loved Shakespeare in Love. So for Hamnet to top that. God, like it must have done something special, because I think Shakespeare in Love, to your credit, is an original story about the writing of Romeo and Juliet, and it's like the only kind of one of the two things I like Gwyneth Paltrow in, but it's heartbreaking. And
But it's not an original story.
Yes, it is.
It's an
Shakespeare
adapted
in Love.
story.
Which one? This one?
Yeah.
Well, because it's basically going back to historical events and saying, did it happen this way or did it happen this way?
From the perspective.
But yes, I mean, but yeah, you're right.
No,
It's-
no,
it's-
yeah.
It's based on something, but I'm gonna just toss this out there. I knew that Hamnet had to do with Hamlet, but I went in extremely blind.
Same.
Therefore, it's not until the third act that I realized, oh, it's about Shakespeare. That's Shakespeare.
I
And
love it
that's
when he comes
awesome.
out. When he comes
Yeah.
out, like, oh shit.
You
No,
know,
and
they're
they're-
not
they-
like you said. They're not name dropping. They're not, and Shakespeare in Love does that. It's
Yeah.
William Shakespeare at the height of his powers in the middle of writing Romeo
Oh,
and Juliet.
did you hear about William Shakespeare?
Yes,
Did you hear about William
this is
Shakespeare?
not that.
Yeah.
He's
He's Will.
yes, he's Will.
Yeah.
and
And
they
like-
don't even say Will for half the picture.
No, yeah, because it's just like, oh, my husband. Even when you see William like go through these the fits when he's still connected to his father and everything, it feels so grounded. And you don't see a William Shakespeare. You see a guy who's dealing with struggles at home, a supportive
what kinda
wife
threw me off.
who's just trying to say like, I can tell that you're not happy here, but you'll be successful over there.
I didn't
And-
even get it then. It didn't even click in my head like I
Yeah.
have to go to London
No,
and
because
write.
even when he
I
says,
did the same.
even when he says, oh, I'm gonna work with a theater and I'm gonna help to construct like some of the leather for their
Yeah.
like plays and all that kind of stuff, and like work through the ranks, and then very, very subtly, once we get into like again that third act where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, William Shakespeare's new play, and everybody's talking about it, it blows everybody away because
it
then
grounds
yeah.
it so much. It's not until this scene, by the way, that I see the architecture because I'm obsessed with Shakespeare, and I'm
Oh,
like,
shit.
oh,
Really?
It's the globe architecture.
Really?
It's the 16th, the 17th
how
century.
familiar
fucking,
you are with it? Oh, wow.
Yes, dude. Like that's the classic
like
globe
that.
theater architecture. So like, it wasn't until those scenes, or even like when he's in London and it's like the
The
peak.
plague and
The plague, but they're the puppets, and he's seeing the puppets
yeah,
perform, and
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh wow.
oh,
That went over my head.
oh my gosh, dude! Like, again, it's
Yeah.
and I think if I would have known investedly what this was about, I probably would have been judging it, and because I
you
didn't,
wouldn't have been shitting on the first act.
That's
Probably.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
though,
because I
but you
remember
went.
the first like half, we paused because I think we were like, you know, restroom break or whatever, and I remember leaning over and saying like,
it's kind of boring, right?
yeah, I was like,
I was like that.
No, and
I thought the only thing we all agreed that it had it going for was this pacing because we were like, oh, we're an hour in.
It's jumping.
It
It's
doesn't feel
jumping
we're
in
an hour
time. Yeah.
Outside of
Yeah.
that, we're like, what the fuck's going on?
because at first it's kind of like, okay, we get it. You married this dude and you had a kid.
You married
and
this
now,
witch.
Yeah, and it's like now you're having buyer's remorse and you know like you're stuck with this dude and you're trying to be a supportive wife and all this kind of stuff and like everything's like okay, we get it, like it's fine. But I was like, is this gonna have anything to say?
Yeah.
Then after the halfway point, got super dreamlike and metaphorical and it was crazy and like these sequences where you see the kid dead, but then he's like in this limbo and it was like insane.
And I'm just gonna toss this
But
out
then
there.
the third act just really.
It takes a hold of
That's-
you,
that was
and
when
her
I was-
walking
I've never
through
felt-
the audience and getting to the front and connecting
And
hands
then-
with
bro.
and him in backstage dealing with this grief.
Just-
and,
yeah.
and like even when they go up to his apartment,
Yeah.
and they're like, the great William Shakespeare lives in this shithole, and that's like. Yes, because notoriously William Shakespeare was an asshole who like fucking didn't care, but that was after Hamlet. Hamlet is what made Shakespeare
But
Shakespeare.
the part
Okay?
when she's reaching, dude. Oh my lord.
Oh,
No,
gosh,
and then
but
that
I
was
remember thinking when I saw like that last like scene where it's just her face and she's reacting to the whole
Yeah.
play,
Yeah.
and she's going through like this wave of relief.
Right there, yeah.
Like she's finally able to like
This
go
fucking
When he
moment.
goes, oh.
She's finally able to experience like
Well, it's a little bit
relief
more.
through remorse and everything, or like it's so beautiful. It lingers for the right amount of time, and then I was just like, this film will be perfect if we leave it here. Like, just give
Yeah,
her expression
yeah.
and then stop. And then the
thought
second
the
it cut to
same
black,
thing.
I was like,
Thank God.
it's so good. Like,
Yeah.
like the director did not.
That's why I
And
love
by,
the ending.
by the
The
way,
ending
just
was-
in terms of Chloe Zhao, and I'm going to get so much flack for this, and that's fine.
No, it's in
This
the
is
play.
the
It's in
year
the
where,
play.
where Chloe Zhao and Ryan Coogler, to me, redeemed themselves. Okay?
Okay.
Because I thought they came in hot. And, you know, she did Nomadland. And
Coming
she was
in
tough
hot.
shit. And she won Best Director with one of her, like her first fucking film and shit like that. That's fine. Was it worthy of it? I don't think so. And then she went on to do The Eternals. Okay? She went from that to doing a Marvel picture.
I heard
and
it's pretty good.
And
though.
not only a Marvel picture, but
The bad one.
yeah.
I heard it was pretty good.
No,
Well,
that's
because
why,
she's a good director, maybe, but not because it was successful.
What's the comedian?
Oh, it's
Kumail?
6.2.
Oh, Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah, where he has a whole comedy special. And he's like, "Do you know what that does to a person? This
Yes.
wasn't easy to get this buff for
Yeah.
a movie
I
that
was
everybody
watching that one.
hates."
He's
Like,
buff as fuck though.
But Chloe Zhao to me redeems herself as a director with Hamnet and Ryan Coogler because I think they started strong. I think they got hot too fast. I think you have Ryan Coogler doing Fruitvale Station, and then he's given the Creed
Hey,
franchise.
but
I
he
don't
did
like that
good though
movie.
with Creed.
He did, but it feels to me like a massive jump when the director's still developing their voice. And I think people need time to develop their voice.
Agreed.
And to give them a massive franchise with Sylvester Stallone in the center, I think it does something to either your ego or your storytelling a bit.
are you gonna say the same thing if
What?
like your first thing out of the gate like skyrockets? Or are you just gonna be like, "I was wrong. I'm the greatest.
This is the trick.
Don't
No,
touch me."
no, 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 no.
I see that, dude. I definitely
It's a
see
good
that.
like lesson, I guess, for you.
Yes.
So when you get to that,
It's
spot.
about choices, right? It's about choices. Why did Jon Favreau do so incredibly well in the first 3 films that he wrote with like Swingers?
Swingers, yeah.
And then Iron Man for 10 years. And then he was forced to do Chef because creatively he was burnt out. He was dealing with studios and notes and bullshit of the industry that he fell out of love with.
I
and then
am the
Chef
greatest.
made him fall back in love with the
So
industry.
you're telling me is if the current film we're trying to make right now gets made, it does well, and then Cameron comes, he's like, "Hey, I want you to do the next
Cameron's
Avatar."
different. It depends who you respect, okay? But
Jeez.
Coogler did
Or if
Creed and
Disney
Black Panther.
comes to you and they're like, "Hey, we want you to do this,"
if they give me the Hercules, maybe
the
we'll
greatest.
talk. No, I think it's an incredible. That's the tricky part for directors. You have to balance out that line of I need to stick to my guns and have some artistic integrity, and if I make enough films that do well for 5 years. After
Hopefully.
those 5 years, I can do whatever I want for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It's a tricky line to play with, dude. And I don't know. Who am I to say anything? But
And
hopefully I have the artistic integrity to just stay the course, develop my voice, and then when I'm ready, I'll make the big picture that also has something to say.
and remember, if you're a cinematographer or an actor, you just want a job.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I will say this,
damn,
just
dude.
bringing it back to Hamnet. I think in terms of the performances,
I was gonna ask there's a reason why he wasn't not even nominated.
Paul Mescal, to me,
I think Jesse
this
Buckley.
is the exact. Here's the thing, and take it from a guy who just went through it on his picture.
Okay.
On people telling him, "Hey, this person outacted that person," and vice
That's
versa.
exactly what I was about to say.
Listen, I think in the same excuse I use in those scenarios, and it's a good excuse. I think
I think I know what you're gonna say.
Hamnet, Paul Mescal is the definition of meekness. MEEK, meek. And essentially what that means is power under control.
Right.
But I think that's kind of what you need from this film, though.
Yes, because you don't want Will Shakespeare to come out and yell at you.
That's good.
You need him to be meek and
That's
controlled
good. That's
so that
good.
the attention is on her.
That's good.
And
That's
you
good.
need the actor that is a better actor than
I'll
the
admit
you know
when
what
I'm
saying?
wrong.
You need the actor.
That is true. No,
And
no,
Mescal
exactly what
is
Austin
perfect
said.
for that. Because at first glance, you see the first couple of films of his, and you're like,
But
what's
you
so
see
special
that?
about
You
this
see
guy?
what I'm saying? Like that he fits that right now perfectly because I don't know what he is right now.
Yeah. But he did well in Gladiator 2. He can play the leading man. He can play the leading
He's no
man.
Gerald Butler. He's no Russell Crowe, dude. Yeah,
Why,
what
he's not buff enough?
He just doesn't look that part. He looks
think-
like a kid.
I just think, again, bringing it back, I think Paul Mescal to me is what you need for Hamnet.
Yeah,
in terms of
yeah,
like
that
the
is true.
meekness of a role to play William
So it
Shakespeare
can hit.
before William
Yeah,
Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's true.
And so it can hit.
Yeah, yeah.
You need, and by the way, that doesn't mean he doesn't do any acting.
No. Not
The
at all.
grief-filled moments that he goes through when he discovered. I love the moment where he comes home and he's so happy to see the daughter.
Yeah.
And then he sees the figure behind the daughter.
Because
like, what
that's
is that?
tragedy, right?
Yes.
That's tragedy that you're running so fast home because you think that you're going to lose your daughter who you love so much. And you're like, oh my God, I'm going to be there and miss it. Right when she passes away, I'm going to miss it. And it's like, oh, I made it.
I made it. She's
Let's
alive.
tell
Carry
everybody.
her.
And then it's like, where's
what's
everybody?
that behind her? And I'm just gonna say this before we get into like what this deserves or what doesn't.
Right.
boy.
And like on my like I have two examples of this, of how heavy-handed this film is and how it can make you feel, and like one of them I won't talk about, but the other one I will. Immediately when this film was done, I was like, I gotta write something.
Okay.
I'm like inspired to
Nice.
write this very specific thing right fucking now. And true to form, when like everybody went home and shit, I started writing. I wrote a micro short
same.
that night. You wrote that night too.
Yeah, I
You wrote-
was suffering from like
Erectile dysfunction.
No. I was
I was trying to help you out. That
that was good. No,
was great.
I was trying to write this micro short, and I just remember I kept writing it and then backspace and writing it and then backspace, and I just couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
And then I watched this, and then I remember that day and then the day after, everything just came to me. And then we read it recently, and I felt like it had the right kind of punch.
Yeah.
But it was after seeing something like this where it just helped channel something that was like quiet. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful film, very inspiring. Like, I mean,
on the more kind of heavier front, it hit Austin so much that he had to walk out of the room.
really?
In terms of the grief and how you deal with
Damn,
grief
that is
and
true.
just what he's gone through the past. So this is a perfect example of how hard hitting
Film can be.
cinema can be and how inspiring it can be because you go off and I wrote something immediately and the different effects it can have on people. And I think Hamnet, Hamnet has that in spades. So like, what is this going to take?
All right, quick question to segue into that. Do you think this can pull off Dakota?
It can. I mean, you were saying that if this becomes the upset, this becomes the best picture upset. You wouldn't be mad at it.
Yeah, if this was a best picture,
Rick, you can watch Hamnet later. You don't have to leave and watch Hamnet either.
No, if this one wins best picture, I would not be disappointed whatsoever because I just feel like there's so much to talk about. Again, visually, it's a gorgeous picture. It's got a lot of these dream sequences that are so metaphorical and so heavy.
I like them.
And the acting, fantastic and superb. I remember
Can you
Jesse
go to the
Buckley,
PowerPoints?
man.
I see the other nods.
Oh, that right there. Woo!
Oh,
No, but I remember
that gave me goosebumps and everything.
It didn't get cinematography, but I remember in the first couple of sequences, I was looking at like the visuals for them being at the doorway and like being able to see outside when they were looking. And I was even telling these guys, I'm like, I know it's such a simple shot to everybody, but that's really hard to pull off. Like being able to pull off where you're lighting enough indoors where it still feels dimly lit and it still feels soft, but then you look at the outside and you see both perfectly.
No, it's
and sure, it's a
impressive.
challenge to
It is.
the
Mad
camera,
impressive.
but it's also a challenge to like, how do we play in this scene where again we make everything feel real but connected and it's all natural lighting and it's
And it
gorgeous.
stays,
Gorgeous picture.
This has the potential to win everything it's nominated for, I think, and it may be an upset in certain
Even best
scenarios.
casting?
Yes,
yes,
dude.
the casting was
The
super.
kids,
the
these
kids.
two, gosh.
Oh wait,
Those-
this is our first.
But I'm saying
this is our
compared to
first
one
year with the
battle,
casting.
compared
First
to
year
Category.
with casting, yeah.
but like compared to like one battle.
I think that
It's look. What's nominated is Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After
Even
Another.
Marty Supreme,
The
dude,
Secret
that
Agent,
was an
and
all-star
Sinners.
cast. Marty Supreme had an all-star
man,
cast.
I think this one just because the casting agent who found those kids who were able to just
Specifically,
knock it out of the freaking park.
specifically Hamnet.
You got something-
specifically the boy.
That was
I'll give you that.
impressive.
I'll give you
I
that.
mean, was able to be just a child, but then also like God in the scenes where they're in this in between and they're lost and they're scared. Like that child was
Oh,
amazing.
man,
oh my
dude.
God!
By the way,
I don't
just
agree with
caught-
the secret agent,
I
though.
just caught this. I don't either. I just caught this, but like when he's walking into the makeshift woods, I wonder if it's alluding to Robert Frost, the Robert Frost poem, "Staring at Snowy Fields." It's the one about death and
Yeah. I
There's a
also
very
thought when he
famous poem
walked
by
out,
Robert
yeah.
Frost where he's just like he's riding
But I
his
didn't think
horse
that.
and his horse is like bucking and trying to get away, and he wants to stay and see the beautiful house in the snow covered thing, and it's alluding to like the last kind of lines of the poem is like. It's the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep. So the woods are death. It's tempting to like finally rest and die and just like accept it for what it is. But he's like, I have promises to keep. My horse.
see that.
My horse wants to go do some more shit. And it's this beautiful poem alluding to death. So I wonder if the kid walking into the woods, is alluding to.
I mean,
has to
I
have
know that
something
we're
with
trying
it.
to be like as concise as possible, but it's really hard to say because genuinely everything it's nominated for, it could definitely win. I mean, for directing, actress, adapted screenplay, everything just punches so hard. So
I agree.
yeah.
I'm the,
The
one that
woods are
does it.
dark, or lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Robert
Oh,
Frost.
dude, I'm gonna tattoo that on my chest, baby.
Next up, Carlos announcing the next picture.
What's the next picture?
And best
One
picture
battle?
nominee.
It's Marty.
Oh, Marty Supreme,
Oh,
Marty Supreme, Marty Supreme.
Damn, I want to present. Can I present the next two? 'Cause I'm sure the next one is
I'll
one
do this
battle.
one.
You want to do this one? All
Yeah.
right, I'm down.
Next up is probably everybody's favorite, not mine.
Who's favorite?
Yo, mama.
Oh, that was you, bro. That was
my
not you.
favorite.
You're the one that asked.
No.
So it's Marty Supreme, directed by Josh.
Oh, hold on.
Today, Junior.
How does it? Josh Safdie.
Josh Safdie.
Josh Safdie, starring Timothy Chalamet and Gwyneth Paltrow. It's got 9 nominations: Best Picture, Best Director, Actor in a Leading Role, Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography, Film Editing, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, and Best Casting, which I think that's going to win it for sure.
All right, you want to
Rapid fire.
tell us what the film's about really quick.
Oh yeah, what's the film about?
This delusional kid that thinks he's meant for more than just being, an NPC. He thinks he's
Yeah.
he's got something to conquer, which is probably table tennis. But then he gets somebody pregnant. Life happens, but he's still trying to keep the course towards his dream. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. blah. Right?
The story of Marty
right,
Mauser.
Absolutely, Marty Mauser.
Rapid fire.
Where you at? Where you at, dog?
I'll give it an 8-8.
All right.
88. Austin.
8-7.
You haven't seen this one.
Rick. Oh, So me?
Very discreet, guys. Very discreet.
8-4.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm about there. I'm at an 8-1.
Ah, there we go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You like were all over this film.
I was massively impressed at walking out, and I still think it has.
Whoa, Castro, whoa.
How you clapping with your hands?
I'm doing the Trump.
I think it's still massively impressive, but I've seen this film twice now, and I think the more I've seen it, or at least on the second screening, I love exactly what it's doing. I was having this conversation with Oscar earlier today. That like watch Scorsese's After Hours and tell me that's not the Safdie brothers' entire style.
Yeah.
Like the pace, like the
Everything. The character going through the craziest weird nights of their life.
It just keeps spiraling more and more.
Spiraling.
100% right
the
there.
dark, gritty cinematography. Again, the expansion. How long can I stretch this rubber band before it breaks?
Yeah.
It's all After Hours. So like I think though Josh Safdie, in my opinion, and we'll talk more about that between this and the snub. I think Josh Safdie's the better director. I still think that. Oh no, I do. I still think Josh Safdie's a better director.
Is he the one who did Smashing Machine?
Machine. The Mean Machine.
No, so like Benny Safdie did the Smashing Machine. Josh Safdie did Marty Supreme.
Oh, okay.
I think Marty Supreme is a better directed film. Yes, and they both directed Uncut Gems and Good.
That's still
Good
my favorite.
Time.
Yeah, but his brother works with Nolan.
So.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
But I think, well, his brother's the actor. Even in Good Time, he's the actor.
No, but Josh acted in Happy Gilmore too. Or was that?
but that's not acting. That's a cameo.
Come on. No, that's Benny, isn't it?
Was that Benny?
I'm pretty sure that was Benny. I don't think Josh acts at all.
Wait, I always confuse the two. Can you pull up a picture?
Same. That's
Benny
why.
Safdie's the guy from Licorice Pizza. He plays the governor, the guy running
That is not
for
okay.
city council or whatever.
Yeah, I know that guy.
That one's Benny.
Yeah, he's Benny.
I know Benny.
So
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Benny's the one that.
Benny's the actor. I don't think Josh has acted, but I think Josh is the better director ultimately. And I think the style, the popular Uncut Gems style, comes from Josh's sensibilities.
Yeah.
Comes from Benny's.
So not even
My point with this is that I still think this film has a ton to say. I think that we're following a very niche topic, and I think that's what kind of kills it. And it has nothing to do with table tennis. It has nothing to do with.
It's just
I know
that
where you're going.
genre of the manic character spiraling out of control and wondering how far is it going to go until it's too much.
And it's Sandler and Uncut Gems. It's this guy thinks he's a shit. How far along into the story will he find out he's really not?
I loved how Timothy performed this character. I don't like the character. It's very
You're not
unrealistic.
supposed to.
No.
Oh, so you like
of,
Timmy playing Timmy?
In terms of believable. No, I love the way he performed it. And yeah, he's an asshole. He's arrogant. I just think it was too performative.
I think for this character to, again, stretching the rubber band, how far can we stretch the rubber band until we get to the place where the best and only and most important thing he'll have going for him is to be a father? And,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that punch at the end, at first glance, I'll admit, when I walked out of the theater, I was like, oh, that
It
was
was
kind of
so
a weak ending,
weird,
and I don't
yeah.
know how to feel about that. And I even complained about, like, why didn't they bring back that? Yeah, sure, that's cool. He became dad. Love it. Great. Right. But he became a billionaire because of the orange balls. Like, just something to give us that this
That's
character
true.
wins.
They talk about the orange balls for like 2 minutes. And
The ending was
matter.
very.
And he tosses out the window.
I wanted that, and then I realized, oh no, that's the point. Is this is the most important thing, and he's caught on finally. And I think that's a pretty great arc. It's an arc that most people don't like, and it's an arc that people aren't satisfied with. But I think it's pretty incredible for a character. Okay, this is, again, at the end of the day, this is a character piece, and these guys just happen to be good at plot.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys just happen to be good at plot, but ultimately they are exploring a character.
let me ask you this: comparing Josh and Benny, who do you think got more out of their star
out of their actor.
from this year? Because I think Benny won.
That's
that
not
one.
fair because
Yeah, that's kind of.
that's not fair. You know why? Because I think Benny had to focus on 2 actors, while Josh had to focus on 30.
No,
was
and
the two
that's the thing.
of
Who's the
equal
2
importance. Huh?
Which 2 actors?
The office girl. What's her name?
Smashing Machine.
You think so? Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah,
No, but
he had to work. He had to get 2, like, out of 2 actors, get something out of them.
I also
see
think
what you're
that, like,
But
you know,
like,
we'll talk-
who did Josh have to? He just had to worry about Paltrow and.
No, but he's saying the
Don't want
pregnant
that.
girl.
Josh, dude, no.
Oh, well, the pregnant girl. Okay, so 3.
Fucking Tyler, the Creator, acts incredibly in this.
Yeah, he did. Bro.
The friend, the loser friend dude with the ball, the tennis
Also,
balls.
You know
good act.
who
By the
really
way,
surprised me? The guy from Shark Tank. Holy
dude,
shit.
Kevin O'Leary kills.
That guy's
He
an
fucking
actor. What is
kills
he
in
doing?
this.
Making
Oh, do you
millions
want
off?
to tell the story about the fat guy?
Oh, okay,
Oh,
what about
how
him?
he
What
got
about him?
cast?
How about
Yeah.
him? He's cool.
Oh, that he made fun of him
Was,
on a-
no, he was on a
Kevin
TikTok.
O'Leary.
Okay, Kevin
After a
O'Leary.
Knicks game.
After a Knicks game, he became like internet famous
Let's go
because
Knicks.
he's like doing what he says something very specific.
Can you look it up, Rick,
didn't
by
see
chance?
But he's Josh Safdie is notoriously a Knicks fan. So when somebody sent him this video, he's like, I gotta cast that guy in my
He was a
movie.
Knicks fan too?
And look at him, dude. He did good in this fucking film. By the way, a bunch of non-actors like Kevin O'Leary.
Guess who came out?
Oh, the voice guy?
No.
The golden voice?
I noticed when they were going with the Harlem
I'm looking for Kevin
Globetrotters.
O'Leary.
Tracy McGrady comes out.
No way.
Yes.
Tracy
I
McGrady's
even
in
took a
this?
photo, but it's right there. Look.
I also was pointing
Go down,
out the
go
fact
down.
that Penn from Penn and Teller came out.
Oh, that's right.
Go down to
That's
Tracy
right.
yeah, he
McGrady.
was the guy who stole a dog.
Tracy McGrady's on here.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, he's right there. Tracy McGrady's
Right,
right
Look, I
there.
even took a
He's
George
one of the
Gervin.
Globetrotters. That's right.
What's the guy's name?
Which guy?
Even George Gervin,
Luke
Iceman.
Manley. Look up Luke Manley on like
Yeah.
for his interview.
By the way, in case, again, speaking of internet famous, the golden voice, the man with the golden voice, I don't know if you guys know
Oh,
about him.
he
Oh,
also
yeah.
came out.
He's like the guy at the parlor.
That radio
at the
guy?
ping pong parlor.
Hello.
He's in there.
You know, and that's the
Bunch
thing.
of non-actors.
So
But
it's
again,
one of
I
the-
feel
I
like
think
for
it's-
adding so many non-actors into this film
Yeah.
and
It's
Marty
gonna be named
Supreme,
on the street.
it gave it this odd authenticity. It gave it this odd kind of like they're all famous, but they're famous to you. Like I feel like when you're coming
Ooh.
up and it's all of your own personal celebrities. Like we talk
Tyler,
about like
the creator, was like,
yeah, like when we talk about people in like our film scene right now, and we talk about this guy and that guy, we talk about them like they're these, you know, like actors. Like
Right,
oh
right.
man, did you see what they did
Yeah,
here or
it's,
what they did there? But I feel like it gave the audience that feeling of like, oh, I've recognized these people, even though it was just for like
I was
Marty
like,
and
not that I
the
ever
way he
saw
goes.
it,
Right,
but
right.
it looks like shit. And that went viral.
That's how he got
on-
recognized?
on Instagram and Twitter. And needless to say, Josh is a huge Nick fan. He saw it on Twitter. He's like, I want
Mm-hmm. Dude,
that.
that
guy
has-
movie.
yeah, that's
I don't
the
know
only
if you guys
way,
are familiar
dude.
With side talk.
Oh yeah, Bing Bong.
So I was on there when Trey
You're a
Young
big
beat
fan of the
balls off
Knicks.
the Knicks in the playoffs. So
Got
we're
some
partying
that
still.
got-
Like,
went
fuck
viral.
Trey Young. And I grabbed the mic and said the most outlandish thing I could think of. I said,
Yo, Trey Young looks like my dad's dick.
and then
Oh,
everyone.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
What? And I was like, nah.
So that's how.
That's how he got cast in an Oscar-nominated film.
And killed it.
But to your point of like adding the authenticity in the non-actors, I still think no matter who you are, and I'm reading a book right now on Satyajit Ray and like the Apu trilogy and him casting non-actors essentially. There's only one actor in the entire Apu trilogy that's
Yeah.
actually an actor. So like to be pulling something, even like Tyler the Creator, who's notoriously not an actor. He's a rapper. He's a performer. Don't get me wrong. He's an entertainer. But
that was
he's not
good.
an actor,
He's
and he
good.
delivered a damn good performance. That is a director through and through. That is a good director.
I see.
By the
where
way,
you're
you know
going
what that
with it.
scene reminded me of?
Which scene? The Tyler one?
Yeah,
The dog
when
scene?
they like chase him down. You guys ever seen Kingpin?
Yeah.
No.
No.
When they like hustle the guys and they chase him out or whatever, and he leaves Woody Harrelson behind.
Woody Harrelson. I think I've seen it, but way
don't think I've
a
ever
long
seen
time
it.
ago.
But yeah, again, I think look.
Well, that's why, like again, it's getting for best casting because again,
Yeah.
I think it's the fact
Best
that
casting.
you're getting this
To your
broad
point.
That is true. That is
scope
true.
of
That is
people, and especially for something like this. I mean, you know, it almost feels like an epic because of how many characters are at play.
It's very
and how many people.
Odyssean.
And
Yeah,
nailed it.
he has to go through all these little hoops and turns and weaves and all that kind of stuff. And even like the guy where at the very beginning he gets like money to like, oh, take my dog to the vet, and then he loses the dog. And later on, we have to revisit that moment because he still didn't get his way out of it.
Shout out to
He just
Javier. What's that
stabs the
actor's
guy.
name? The dog guy. That actor. The fact that they got that dude.
Who is he? Or
he's-
what is he?
Well,
Just an actor too, or what?
he's got an interesting background to him. Like Javier was telling me, shout out to Javier. He was texting me the day he saw Javier notoriously would text me and be like, "What's the slogan they were using for the marketing? Have you lived yet?" or some shit. And he's like, "Yo, have you lived yet?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet." And I saw it and I texted him, and he's like, "Dude, the fact that they got this guy Abel Ferreira, the fact that they got Abel Ferreira."
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's reading a biography on him right now. He says that the biography is incredible.
He was good.
But he's like an underground filmmaker, underground actor, filmmaker, director guy. But this
Super 8 with JJ?
no, like
on
Super 8
Oh, I thought
film,
with JJ.
like underground film.
Okay.
Abel Ferreira's like in terms of like the most
Underground.
Well, underground. Yeah, he's like a Robert Downey Sr. type of guy. Like that's the kind of filmmaker he is.
I see.
But the fact that you get this dude, A, you know that the director's a cinephile by using somebody like fucking Abel Ferrara in this. B, he did fucking good.
Yeah.
He's so good. It's like getting David Lynch to act extremely well, like Spielberg did in the Fablemans. Like to get a director and make him act well is hard, bro. They're directors, they're not actors. So Abel Ferrara, incredible. So to your point, Gossard, I think best casting.
Yeah, I'm
this
starting
might
to see
be
that
something.
100%. I changed
casting,
best casting for sure.
Timmy, by the way, before fucking Michael B. Jordan winning at the Actor Awards, Timmy has been everybody's top contender. I don't care who you ask. He's been everybody's top contender. He's not my top contender. I want Leo to win.
He's not going to.
Or Jordan.
I don't know if Jordan.
It's because this Timothy, he nailed the part. I just don't like the character.
I just had a weird feeling, and I know that I've kind of been corrected from people. Like I had this feeling like, man, did Timmy just play Timmy? And I don't know.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, and the weird thing
Timmy
is
like
that I've heard. Yeah, like
a couple Red Bulls.
and well, that's the thing.
That's kinda, yeah.
I felt like Timmy found in himself that one aspect that he related to
Yes.
Marty. What is it called? Marty Mauser.
Marty Mauser.
Yeah, he found that one element and said, "I'm gonna focus on that piece," and again, crank it to 11. Like that's what I felt with the whole film.
Yeah.
Like he found something in himself that was so natural and so instinctual, cranked it to its maximum, and then let that ride for the entire film. So, you know, when he's having that quick dialogue, like I remember when she first announces like that the girl announces like, "Oh, I'm pregnant, you're the dad." And then he like at first
Fuck that has to do with me.
yeah, he's like, "Oh, what do you mean? Like, are you sure it's mine?" Like, I pull out. It's like, "What are you talking about?" And
What
when
if
she
the other
started
guy's
crying, he's like, "I'm sorry." And like,
But that's the point, God, dear God. Like, how much of this is what we think it's the actor playing the actor, or look, if you go back and listen to any Timmy interview, he's been doing a lot of like America Cinematheque interviews with like with Elle Fanning and with Christopher Nolan and with all these people, and
Matthew Libatique.
Actually,
No.
and he does this thing where if you pay attention closely to Timothée Chalamet, he's a big fan of method actors, specifically Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger's his hero. Heath Ledger.
No, I like that he says that he wants to be the best.
He's gone on
you don't
record.
hear actors here saying that.
No, aside from that, he's gone on record to say that it's The Dark Knight that made him want to make movies. It was The Dark Knight that inspired, like, was the film of his generation. What? So this guy to be inspired by a method actor, and if he's going to lean into the skid of playing somebody like Marty Mauser, you have to understand the through line there, right? As an actor, the other side of that coin is, I think that's just good casting. I think you're going to get Timothée Chalamet because you know what he can do. Again, you see something like Dune, you see a different Timothée Chalamet. But if he can lean in or tap into his personality to be able to get something like this out, that's part of acting too. It's kind of like the most purest form of acting.
No, yeah, I agree.
So I don't think he should be chastised for it. I think it should be celebrated that he's actually doing something like this.
Yeah.
Because this motherfucker's our age. He's 30 years old. Okay? He's going to go on to win an Oscar in his lifetime, if not this year.
Yeah, and he's already
you're
been
just
to the
saying that 'cause
Oscar
you saw his
multiple
ass.
times.
I mean, his ass was pretty great.
Oh, he didn't want an ass double.
No, he didn't
That's
want
the
an ass
great thing.
double. But I think Timothy is well on his way to greatness, and I think Timothy is the Leo of his generation.
Do you know that?
He
real quick,
needs
real
to
quick.
break up with that freaking Kylie
I
Jenner
agree.
first, because that's just going to
I
Can
do
you
agree on the
imagine-
Leo thing, though.
Can you imagine the poor guy that was casted as his ass double? And then Timmy was like, "No, I want to do it," and just the sad pulling up his pants, like,
You know that you've been shaving and working your butt out? We're not going to eat you.
no, I can imagine
Kevin
like
O'Leary was
he's-
like, "Oh, dude, I smacked his ass. Like I did the smacking, and it was real. And we did 6 hours of shooting, and his ass was red by the end of the day." Like,
I just can imagine that the ass double was like pulling up his pants, and his girlfriend's like, "What's wrong, babe? You didn't have a good day on shoot." And it's like, it just didn't work out, babe. Like I
And-
just
and
I
that
always,
was
think
her
of,
face,
I always think of Joy from Friends when he's the ass double for somebody.
what's his girlfriend's name? The Kardashian one?
Kelly?
Kylie.
man.
Kylie is probably
She's
a
my
pecker,
age.
bro, and she's trying to get some action that night. And Timmy's like, "No, I can't tonight, baby.
Yeah,
Just tonight's
dude,
not the
stay
night for me."
focused.
that's crazy. We
Marty
got
Supreme.
3 minutes left. I don't think it's gonna win.
Marty Supreme.
If it won Best Director,
It could. It could.
It's Paul's year. and Paul's gonna win.
it could.
There's no contest.
Okay, fine.
If one battle after another wasn't in the running, maybe.
leading role, are we leaning heavily into this, or
It's
do we?
one of three. It's one of these three, and he's.
I think it's one of five.
1 of 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, you fucking idiot.
Wow.
These are actresses.
And nowadays, you never know.
Timothy Chalamet, Leonardo DiCaprio, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, Wagner Moura. Well,
Michael
Wagner,
B.
let's
Jordan,
face it, Wagner's not going to win. Come on.
I
still
mean,
think
Michael B. Jordan just because he played 2
I'm
characters.
rooting for
two
Leo,
twins,
but I
Wagner
wouldn't
played
has a little bit.
Wagner played the dad and the son.
Fuck off.
off.
I'm just going to toss this out there. I think Timothy is one of the top 3 contenders. I want Leo to win. If Timothy wins, I wouldn't be surprised. If Michael wins, I'm going to be disappointed. That's
Yeah,
where I
I actually
stand.
agree. I agree with
That's where I
everything.
stand on these standings.
I kind of
All right.
want Leo. Tim's probably going to get
casting,
it. But if Jordan
I'd
gets
give it to casting.
I'm
yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down
But
to give it
if
to casting.
but
Just for Tracy
casting
McGrady. between
this and One Battle.
Hamnet,
Iceman.
Marty, One Battle, Secret Agent Sinners. I still think
Hamnet. Oh man, but One Battle, like
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like especially
But does
like
it
the
have
daughter and
as
everything.
many? Or is it just
No, but
big
the
ones?
people,
Sean
no,
Penn?
but the people it does have, like I mean,
like Sean Penn alone, dude.
Sean
Whoa,
Penn
whoa.
and
But I mean,
I
compared
think
to this
the
one,
conversation of casting is everyone who's cast in this thing, right?
Exactly.
It's not just like one actor. That actor gets their celebration
Well,
by
yeah,
their
yeah,
nomination.
yeah.
Marty Supreme
But
had a lot of.
I'll just
the
toss this in there.
Winter's
that my-
Adventures Club, like that whole group.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. But remember, let's all remember, Josh Safdie is a student of cinema. And who does authentic non-actor casting better than Paul Thomas Anderson?
Your mother.
Nobody.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe. Nobody does non-actor casting
love
better
it,
than
us.
PTA. Look
Okay.
at any one of his movies. So that means Josh learned from PTA. And PTA still...
Fine. Marty Supreme, everybody.
Marty Supreme, Marty
Next
Supreme,
up.
Marty Supreme.
Next, we are presenting.
Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
We've talked about this film at length. We did a whole episode on it already, so go check it out.
We talked to.
We talked about this film extensively because we're extremely proud at the fact that a good amount of this film not only was shot in El Paso,
Right.
and quote unquote taken place in El Paso to an extent, but also in the Oscars campaign, which is what we're talking about. It's been mentioned nonstop, man. The fact that it's shot in El Paso, the Rap, if you guys know the Rap, it's a great publication.
I listen to rap.
Good. They just did a whole piece on with Sarah Murphy, Michael Bauman, and the editor on El Paso, like a 6-minute segment on just El Paso.
Beautiful.
And this is a massive publication. It's just not just them. The Hollywood Reporter, everybody's done it. Everybody's talked about El Paso nonstop, and it's just such a really cool thing to see.
Yeah.
Specifically for filmmakers like us. So, One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Benicio del Toro. Regina Hall is in this. Tiana Taylor's in this. She's nominated.
Yeah, I could
Fun
only
fact.
pick so many.
The skater guy, he's like a repeat customer at the Starbucks, and he's the manager of
Of
Zoomies.
Zoomies upstairs.
So I'm seeing this guy all the time. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
This film got 13 nominations. It's the second most nominated film, or
Rightfully
third
so.
nominated film. This is nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Actor in a Leading Role, Actress in a Leading Role, Actor in a Supporting Role, Actor in a Supporting Role.
Yeah.
There's 3 of those.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's interesting. Even actress in.
Actress in a
Did this
supporting
one
role.
get actor in a supporting role though? Oh,
I
yeah,
think
there
it got
is.
2 actors in a supporting for
Yeah,
Benicio and for Sean Penn.
Okay.
I asked you guys this when I typed this up. If you knew it wouldn't be a typo.
I didn't. I just said
Best
actress in a supporting role, best adapted screenplay role,
What? Bro?
best adapted screenplay.
That's a typo.
Roll.
I'm sorry. I just kind of glanced. Everything looks fine.
Best adapted screenplay, best cinematography, best film editing, best original score, best casting, best sound. Dear God, and so rightfully deserving. This film, again, go into our in-depth analysis about this picture and kind of like our stories about fucking shooting in El Paso and being with PTA on set. There's very few experiences, I think, that will compare.
That's
to
right.
Man,
That's
so
right, homie.
That's the thing.
That's right, homie.
I'm not going to try to
not
jinx
talking to you,
anything, but normally we'll start off our Oscars month by talking about the winner, but we kind of already like did a full thing. And then plus we had the interviews with
Tommy
Tommy
Danksel,
Justin.
with Justin Dixon. Yeah, the gaffers of One Battle After Another. And more to come to talk about, talk to more people from the film. But Yeah, I
mean, do we even bother with ratings for this?
I mean, we've lived with the film longer.
We have to for sure. I guess I go first, right?
Yeah.
I think in terms of everything, okay, I sit at a 9 for this. One about
Okay.
after, and there gets a 9 for me.
I was gonna go with a 9.2. I'm gonna
Oh,
give it.
you went the wrong way, bud.
Jesus.
I think just because again, anything that gets like a best cinematography nod, I just have a lot of like respect for it on the visual front because that's just my area. So yeah, I want to say 9.2. Fantastic film. We'll
Rapid
keep
fire.
talking about it.
Rapid fire.
Rick?
Rick.
I'll go 9.
9.
8, 9.
8, 9.
What's the password?
I don't know the password, homie, but this is what I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a straight 9. Okay?
Straight 9.
Yes.
We're all about the same.
We're all straight.
Not
We're all 9s.
not as people.
9.
There's an Italian amongst us,
Nate.
but
Capiche?
yeah, I think I mean there's no denying the quality of picture,
Absolutely.
the seasoned director, the way Paul Thomas Anderson is.
I mean, come on, dude. We got Paul Thomas Anderson and Leo.
Yeah, and Sean Penn and Benicio. I mean,
Right.
like incredible film.
Just
and,
alone like that.
Again, everything from the technical aspects to in terms of cinematography, shooting in VistaVision, also shooting as natural as they did for as long as they did, but also understanding what tools to utilize where and when. And the biggest tool this film utilized perfectly is its locations. It's not just because of El Paso either, by the way. Oh, come on. No, it really
no,
isn't
no,
just
no, I
because
like
of El
it.
Paso,
No,
but
no.
everything they chose in California.
Yeah.
Even
Even
like,
like,
true for the house in the middle of the redwoods to the deserts
No,
to
even
the
that
hills
road.
To downtown,
that was
to-
something that they just found. They stumbled upon and they said, "No, we need
on
to
a
use
scouting
this."
trip. Just
Yes,
random.
that they were just
That's
going and
filmmaking,
they
baby.
found it and they said, "This is what's going to do it for us." Especially like the way that it's if you shoot on that super
me,
long
Sensei.
lens, the way it blocks and you're constantly seeing that chase and
Yeah.
the motion that happens.
And
Incredible.
really, I mean, if we're going to talk about a Best Picture contender, I would hope that the conversation for a Best Picture contender alludes to the fact that it used every aspect of filmmaking perfectly.
Yes.
And though locations, I think it's the strongest thing, it married cinematography beautifully with production design, with location, with the actual directing, with performance,
With score, with-
score.
yeah.
I think everything about this film is working in tandem with each other, and that's not easy.
One little grape I have with it is
One little grape.
What grape do you have?
How
with
many
it?
grapes?
Is it those green bastards? Because I like the red ones.
I like
myself.
the seedless.
Same.
No, one gripe
Grape.
I have with this film is the ending. I feel like they kind of tied it up too quick and in such a unrealistic way. They find themselves in the middle of the highway
Let me ask you
using
something.
the tracker, which only is a couple of feet away.
Let me ask you something because
little
I
bit.
know you, and I know the kinds of movies you like Bugonia.
And I know you that you
And I know that you know that
Can
I know.
you rephrase that with a better face?
No. No, but think about the ending of Bugonia versus this. I wonder, and I ask all of you, is this generation, us specifically, are we ruined for cinema that ends cinematically?
How is that cinematic?
Dude, what? This film,
Cinematically.
Castro, this film alone had like 3 false endings.
Yeah.
I
Not just
love
that,
all
but
of them.
listen.
I just-
when we think about things like
It wasn't strong enough
we
for
covered
me.
the Searchers in this podcast. The ending of the Searchers. John Wayne walks off into the distance. The frame within the frame.
Oh, I love
he
that.
continues his, and this is really about the odyssey that Bob goes through, but it's almost more about Willa. Willa.
Willa.
This is almost more about Willa's, place to find herself and who her mom is and what she believes and
I love all that.
what she thinks about her father. And the fact that this letter leaves it in the place of, hey, I'm out here if you want answered questions. And I'm not saying that in the cheesy way of setting it up for a sequel. I'm saying that in the sense of like the story continues and let's call a spade, like, PTA very famously was inspired by films like Battle of Algiers, which is in the film, by the way. It's like the film that Bob's obsessed with, that he watches nonstop when he gets high. It's inspired by the French Connection and the car chases.
100%.
But what I mean by this cinematic ending is to watch that and say, oh, like to me, oh, great. We can tie this up with a nice little bow that doesn't feel fabricated, but feels like I'm watching a film. And I think we're ruined because we want We want Adam Sandler to get shot in the head at the end of Uncut Gems. We want Florence Pugh to smile in a beautiful garden as she's being abducted, or simulated by this cult. We want these like punchy, gritty endings that make us question ourselves as humans, but then we forget that E.T. exists. And there's cinematic endings that made us fall in love with the movies to begin with.
You're right.
Yeah,
And
and
I think
also-
that One Battle has all of the grittiness to it, all of the comedy, all of the action, all of the plot,
I guess-
all of the character, and then it has the cinematic ending.
I
and
guess
I like
you know
that.
you're right about the ET, right? It's a fantasy at the end of the day, but I think this one it was so real and so authentic throughout the whole film that at the end it just wasn't like, how do you find yourself in the middle?
But you know what?
That's where it's kind of like if it was a whole movie like that, okay, I get it.
Like Carlos was saying, very much to like the homage of like the Western films, they have these endings that they're not meant to be these open-ended endings because of a sequel. It's just supposed to be that the audience feels like, wow, they ride on into the sunset.
For sure.
They ride into the next battle and they ride into the next journey because afterwards, Willa's going to go off to like a protest. It's
Become
happening
a
in another state.
revolutionary, yeah.
Yeah, she's on her way to do what her parents did. And it's like she now has that one piece of like, man, I never got to experience who my parents really were. I just got to experience a dad who was paranoid, always trapped me at home, and I couldn't go out and do anything. And now I get to be somebody. And now he just says, hey, I know that I can't protect you anymore, but I'm just proud of who you're becoming. And then it's this right off into the sunset moment. I also like for people who don't know, it was originally titled The Battle at Bacton Cross.
Yeah.
And
The
it
BC
had this
project.
Yeah, the BC project when I was working on it.
That was
it was the Battle of Bacton Cross, and it had this Western feel. I remember when we first heard it, we were like, "That's awesome!"
That's
like
a great
it's
title.
gonna be such a new Western. But then you could tell that the studios probably came in and said
Neo-Western.
like neo-Western. And
This film is
they want to kind of want to go
based-
the safe way, I guess.
Yeah, well, they have to. For a fucking $150 million film or whatever.
Yeah.
This film is based on a book by Thomas Pynchon called Vineland. And, PTA's been sitting on this book for 20 years and couldn't quite crack it, couldn't quite figure it out, would toss it around. So for screenwriters out there, you've been working on your screenplay for 20 years, so did PTA. Don't feel bad. You just got to get to a point where you can crack it. And he sat
of
on this
wisdom.
novel, and this novel is very different, by the way. It's nothing, virtually nothing to do with One Battle, but it's about, there you go. Thomas Pynchon's Vineland. It's about revolutionaries. Don't get me wrong. Set in the 70s, and it's about Union revolutionaries, and it's very different. It's not
still
as
in the same vein, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's kind
still in
of
the
dealing
same
with
vein.
more like the political aspects of the
Yes,
film.
super
like
political.
if you were focusing less on
Civil
like
rights.
the individual characters and more on the macro scale of like the way politics are shifting.
Also, I do like how Paul was able to tell this story without it like honing in on specific things. If that makes sense, like it's very
I see.
universal. Like it never specifies.
It's telling you that it's protest, but it's not.
but it doesn't really say what it's for.
and it's intended to kind of have a timeless approach, right?
Right.
I'll say this, like just in terms of the arc that we were talking about for Chalamet's for Marty Supreme, right? And how most people won't like that, but I think that's what cinema does best. I very famously on this podcast talked about my hate or frustration with 2001: A Space Odyssey, and then I saw it 5 times and got it. And I think that's what good cinema does, is it makes you revisit something, whatever captured you about that thing, even if it's like, why do people love this fucking thing? And then you go back enough times and you're like, oh, okay.
So you should see Signs a couple times more. Split a couple times more.
Signs. No, but
we
I
got
think,
jokes,
I
ladies and
think
gentlemen.
my point with One Battle After Another is the arc with what's the actress's name?
Willa.
No, the mom.
Regina?
Tiana Taylor. Tiana
Tiana
Taylor's character. Perfidia Jones. Is it Perfidia Jones? Perfidia Beverly Hills. Perfidia of Beverly Hills.
Why
Go
does
back,
she look
go
so beautiful in this film, dude?
Oh, yeah, Alana Hymas. I think the point with Tiana Taylor's character is, okay, she sucked as a revolutionary. She dimed them out.
Well, I thought
She
you were going
dimed.
for
She
around
dimed them out. But she rectified her path by proving that she can be a good mom. And that's almost more important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the arc. And I think that's a strong arc. And though we see her crossing into Mexico and forging a different path, I mean, isn't that what every parent wants for their kid? Is that their kid doesn't go through the shit they had to go through?
Yeah.
No matter what your principles are, do you want your kid to be shot at some rally? Probably not. You probably want them to have a better life. So I think that arc is substantially stronger than, fuck her. like that. What a shitty ending that we close on this letter, and it's like, and I'm not trying to like battle your point. What I'm saying is
I'm
that
trying to see what you're saying.
I think that is going to be a much punchier ending in the conversation of cinema and what that has to say than like ending it with like, I don't know, what would your preferred ending be?
A more of a believable one, not just in the middle of the desert.
How's that not believable?
In the middle of the desert?
Dude, they were all chasing
We're
each
all
other.
from El
Like, I mean-
Paso. We know how far Las Cruces, certain places
No,
are.
but this is also a fictional area. Like,
I know, but
Back
I'm
and
just
Cross,
saying-
the way it's set, it's like half woods, but also half like
Yeah.
El Paso. Like,
But I'm just saying
it's-
there's distances.
California today.
Yes, it is. It's set in California, like the fictional city of Backton Cross is set in California. But to your point, I think that the distance is kind of it's stretching that rubber band of like, if we're going from where the nuns are in the Beaver, the Sisters of the, it's the funniest. Like,
Trust me, I
time in the-
thought through that too, right? It's
If we're all the way
on
over
the
there-
same one. Yeah.
No. But if it's we're all the way over there and then we're coming over here, I don't think that matters as much as like I think there's some realism in this ending of her shooting the dude in the Mustang.
No, that for sure. But the finding each other, the coincidence,
I
the
mean,
luck.
that's
That's cinema, right?
For sure. 100%. That's what
it's
you're
not a
saying.
documentary.
We see
no,
it with E.T., right?
we all watched it again, like
Yeah.
at some point in time, and in our rewatches, I think we all came to the same conclusion of like, well, the film didn't gain anything. Like, I think we even talked about it a little bit on our main podcast, but
sure.
about it. But it didn't gain anything because it's a plot film. I mean, it goes from the beginning, you know what's going to happen, and then you know what happens at the end. And sure, you can have these larger conversations on like the political background and the atmosphere,
love
how
the
it
whole-
reflects today, and even like the
underground.
the Christmas Adventurers Club. You can definitely make parallels and have conversations about that. But at the end of the day, like when it comes to just the story as it sits, it's a dad looking for his daughter,
For
going
sure.
through outrageous situations. And at the very end, all you want more than anything else is
for
that they
them to
find each other. And when they find each other, it's again that right off into the sunset moment. They found
It's
each other.
beautiful. It's
a new
beautiful.
life is able to be forged.
This-
and that's what it needs.
Sorry.
The last thing I was just going to say, I will say that one thing that the film did really, really well, that I like comparative to like Hamnet, where Hamnet, I think, got to like the halfway mark and it was like, oh my goodness, where is this going to go? And at least with this one, we start super early on. They're just young revolutionaries doing these crazy things. They're at the top of their revolutionary game. And then it comes crashing down to where now they're just being hunted and picked off one by one. And then we get into the main story. And I feel like the fact that, like, I mean, towards the editing, and I want to hear your thoughts, Austin, but I feel like the film found a way to just get us to where it needed to be. So that way we could just jump into the rest of the story and then pace itself well after that. Do you have any thoughts on it?
No, I mean, it was pretty standard. Like, nothing too crazy, but we are running out of time here. I do want to ask one question, though, to the Lao, actually. I know you have your favorite for cinematography, but we always talk about how sometimes the Academy looks at technical advancements or stuff like that. Do you think them shooting on VistaVision alone would rectify?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I mean, like the visuals, like, even when I look at something like Train Dreams, which we'll talk about later, and that one's my favorite because of the way it's shot, and it's just in my sensibilities. The fact that you're shooting on VistaVision, the fact that you're utilizing the format to its full potential, which again is this old method that hadn't been done in years. But then again, you're not just doing it for funsies because it had been done previously for shots here and there. It's just been ages since they shot an entire film in VistaVision. But you're using it to its full potential. You're playing with the full scope that it can give you. These big tapestries in the background, the cities, the roads, everything. So I feel for all that, cinematography extremely well deserved. You see that an entire crew of, like when we saw them on set, best of the best, period. There's not this like, oh, well, a pretty good camera operator, a pretty good AC. Anybody we talked to that was on the set, they were the best of the best as of right now. Like there's nobody in the world that will stop them,
Speaking of which,
Let me pull out.
We
I'm gonna
wanted
whip
to do this at the end of this segment before we move on to the next film because a
know
couple
we're
of crew
cinephiles,
members already
you know?
know about it. I've been sending them some pictures. But we're gonna hang this up in the tower office
Hey, this
because
is,
we
you know,
think this thing means a ton.
is
But Warner's, thank you to Warner Brothers, they sent us this one
Woohoo!
sheet and
I hate to do this to you, but could you put it over your face?
over my face.
Yeah, because it's only up to
down,
your knees.
Yeah. Warner Brothers, is this good?
A little lower.
Yeah, halfway. Yeah, there we go.
Right there. Perfect.
So Warner Brothers sent us this one sheet, and it's the reason it's kind of
Security.
awesome is because
Let's
it's
go halfway.
Oh, I don't
So
care.
you can see. So you can see.
It's a one sheet. The way they don't make these posters anymore, like they don't really exist. They exist in movie theaters, kind of, sort of, sometimes. But the one sheets is where you turn it around, and on the back it's printed to like the mirror of it, like it's an actual one sheet. Anyways, it's so cool. The
Zoom in on
size
this.
is to spec of a traditional cinema one sheet. Anyways,
Zoom in
we
on that.
we thought we'd like add favorite moments from like our experience on one battle after another. There's pictures of us with PTA. There's the call sheets.
There's everybody right there with
that
PTA.
Dalal got, and also
I'm
like
there.
Tommy and Flo, people like that, like gave us the call sheets. There's a picture of me and Flo somewhere there. I can't really see.
Yeah, right there.
And then with PTA,
back
with Tommy. Shout out to Tommy. He's down here. And then go lower, Costa.
Go lower.
There.
And so yeah, all just great moments that we got to experience on this film. It meant a lot to El Paso. It
You
means a lot
jealous
to us.
shit.
And we're gonna hang it up in the tower office because it belongs here, and we celebrate this film and all of the accolades it gets.
I think real quick, we feel like this is probably going to take Best Picture, and it'll
sound
probably
like
take
Kermit the
cinematography.
Frog right there.
I think this takes Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor in the leading role. I think it's gonna take it, and then after that,
Supporting role for Ben.
I
Sean Ben.
think the only thing it
Adapted?
takes after that is
Adapted?
This is I don't think so.
Okay.
I think Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Score,
Supporting?
Editing, and Cinematography. That's where I'm at with
Sean
it.
Penn.
I'd like for Sean Penn to win.
I think it's going to be
Who
a
else
big
will be
sweep this year.
supporting in another movie?
There's a
Benicio.
few. Benicio.
Benicio.
I
Oh,
like
Benicio.
It's going to be a
Benicio.
big sweep. That's
Oh,
my
look, there's
last
two of them
feelings.
in the same movie.
And we're moving it on.
Cool.
Careful.
Oh,
'cause, like the
Scar?
pictures, like
Oh man.
Dude, I really had high hopes for this one.
who wants to present this one?
He's
Castro.
supposed to present it because he looks like the guy.
That's true. And the shirt and everything, the jeans. Are you wearing a brown
Ya tú
belt?
sabes. I don't know how to speak Brazil.
Are you
Are you wearing a brown belt?
Hold on.
Yes.
Hold
yes.
on. Wait. I just want to make sure you all heard this. He said he doesn't know how to speak Brazil.
Oh, good. It's
Well,
Portuguese.
neither
but
do
you
they.
want whatever you
Portuguese?
want.
I thought it was Brazil.
asshole?
Timer's going.
I thought it was Brazil for some reason.
What are we talking about, Castro?
This is a Portuguese film called.
No, Castro.
What is
Please
This
shut
film
up.
is a Brazilian film. The language they speak in Brazil is Portuguese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ricky, did you
Portuguese.
get confused too?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Anyway, we are talking about
We're talking about
The Secret Agent.
Portuguese, but it's based on Brazil. Directed by.
My God. Wait, please. Okay. The Secret Agent, directed by Keebler Mondaka.
Too many people talking.
Hard to pronounce. Fun to be around.
Y'all don't laugh at him for that? Come on.
No.
Hold on. I have an easy way to explain it to him. When you tell somebody about a film from Mexico, do you tell them it's a Spanish film?
Based on Mexicans.
So Portuguese is in Brazil?
No, Portuguese is a language.
His face says it all.
Where's Portugal? Where's Portugal then?
In Europe.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
Portuguese Portugal?
Those are two different
they
things.
speak.
brother.
They just speak Portuguese. It's from Brazil. It's a Brazilian film. It is up for Best Picture, starring.
Wagner Moura.
Are we just gonna do this collectively, or do you want me to present it?
Udo Kier, Maria Fernanda Candido.
And it's nominated for Best Picture, Actor in a Leading Role, Best International Feature Film, which I think I'll probably take.
No.
No?
Who else is up?
Sentimental.
Oh fuck yes!
Oh, and Best Casting.
Dude, the cast was the worst.
I'm can I present it then?
I like the
Yes,
old lady.
Go for it.
Okay.
The old lady with the house. Yeah.
Secret Agent
she's adorable.
is about Wagner Moura, that we really don't know who his character is at the beginning. We just know that he's coming into this kind of halfway home area, and for some reason he seems like he's on the run. The title makes it seem like he's a secret agent undercover and all that. As the film goes on, it's released that he's in witness protection because his life is being threatened by his old boss director, who was like a scientist director and was basically scrutinizing his lab, wanted to remove funding. He talked against them, and he's now living where there's people after him trying to execute him. It's an interestingly paced film because the entire time you really don't know what's going on, and you always wonder, is he a spy? Is he violent? What's going on? And it's not until we get to about the halfway mark, a little bit after that, that he has a conversation with the agents that are in charge of the witness protection, and they break it down. While we're watching the film, it's also talking about modern day students at a university that are reviewing old tapes, papers of this case, and they themselves are trying to figure out basically what happened during all this, what happened during the executions, and why was he being hunted, and how all this happened. The film tries to tie a nice little bow at the very end with Wagner Moura coming back again, but not as himself, but as his son, who never really got to know his father, grew up with his grandparents, and now these memories are just the past memories of a dad he never really got to know, but he lives forever in these tapes in this story. The film itself is trying to, I think, be this retrospective on the lost stories of a lot of these people who got executed during the corruption in Brazil. Very similar to what we saw in I'm Still Here, and how the government is corrupt, takes control, just takes, like, they even took cigarettes from him at the beginning of the film. And then there's nothing you can kind of do. And
they
now
took cigarettes from him at the beginning of a film when there's a dead body on the road, but they're not tending to.
They asked for money.
He
said, no, I'm just going to give you these cigarettes.
Yeah, so it just kind of shows you that this is the kind of society that they live in, and, how there's not really justice. And these stories just kind of live on as these articles and
the
facts.
dude with the scars from the concentration camps or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's and then the entire time, while all these like real stories are happening to these people, they're all fixated on this like foot that was discovered inside of a shark. And it kind of shows you that like
the sun gets into that, which is I thought was pretty cool.
It's kind of like a metaphor for like corruption, right?
Well, no, it's a metaphor for corruption. Like it kind of says that was, it's a corrupt act, but then people just want to sensationalize it. Like when when you talk about like secret agents and spies and people undercover, it's like it's trying to sensationalize it, but then the story's meant to ground you in the idea of like, oh no, but these people, more than being agents and spies and hiding from death, it's like they're just always in a panic because they can't even move forward in their own lives. Like once they're trapped there, they're stuck behind walls that want to crush them, and that's what they do. I mean, so now we'll go into ratings. I know it's been 5 minutes of me talking.
No, that's good. That's actually a really good synopsis.
But I'm gonna give it a 7-8.
Yeah,
I think I feel like I mentioned earlier, and I'll be really quick. Talking about I'm Still Here, which was based off of a true story, it feels like that's what this one's trying to do. And again, it's been done already. It was well done, but yeah, I'm going to say 7-8 right now. Carlos, Rick. Austin.
I think I'm at a soft 7.
Soft 7. Castro?
I'm around there. If it wasn't for this guy and the old lady's acting.
Oh, the old lady was great.
She's adorable, dude. Adorable. I'll give it a 7.3.
Oh, look at those split diopter shots.
I hate giving. I want to give it more by 7.3.
I'm at like a 6-8.
Just do it.
6-7. It has merit, man. It really does. Since I'm the last one, I'll kind of kick this conversation off.
Yeah.
I had to watch this in 2 sittings, which I rarely ever do. I rarely ever do.
I did that with Sentimental Value.
I think me and you both did that.
I'm going to go down to a 7.5 because, this one, we tried to watch it all together once.
That quick?
And we fell asleep.
Oh, wait. This would be a fun little anecdote for F1. We started it, and then we started it.
No, we started
and then we were like,
Sinners.
no, let's watch Sinners instead. So we watched Sinners.
So you stopped it
maybe like 20 minutes in. And then the second time we tried to watch it, we were all
as a director? Oh, my God.
We were like, we're all already tired. Let's just watch F1.
It'll keep us awake.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, F1 with a...
And the last time I saw it, granted, maybe the pattern here is don't watch it when you're sleepy. Or
I think that's how I watch Sentimental Value.
Yeah, and look, I have to give this film its fair shake. I do think eventually, once the hype is passed, I'll give it another rewatch. But it was really hard for this film to grab me, and I think it's for 2 reasons. And it's not the film's fault.
It's the pacing.
It's definitely the pacing, but I don't think it knows what. And then maybe that's the sleight of hand is It doesn't know what it wants to be until it does.
The first half, the first half.
And this is another cheesy justification for me. I think the Netflix effect kicked in for me. I think this thing felt like Narcos, and it's not just because of the actor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But it looks like it. It sounds like it. It must be it. You know what I mean? Like,
he does come out.
He does. He plays Pablo fucking Escobar.
I think he did better than in Civil War than this.
I agree. Dude,
I hated Civil War.
Oh, but he was incredible in that.
Good. No, he was good. Same as Christian
My
Dunst.
point is,
And
there
then the
like
girl,
even
little
the
girl.
aesthetic of the film, the texture. It's a Netflix texture. It's
No!
no.
Can we
yes,
talk
dude.
about also
gives
when they
you that
toss the body
70s
off and that weird CGI effect instead of just going practical for such a dumb gag?
Oh, dude, there was a lot of like questionable
CGI thing?
No, like shots.
Yeah.
Like they kept going to the headlight and then going out. Like, what was the point of that? Or to the grill?
I think that's just his
they
style.
kept doing
his
that. I was like,
Kleber's
No,
style.
but I noticed that with him, it's kind of like, and they established it at the very beginning with a shot of like him driving.
I understand
and
the
then
Bushito.
cut to the dead body. And the whole thing is that it's meant to make you constantly feel this like, that's where their head's at. Their head's not there. But I completely agree with you that I don't think the film really knew what it wanted to be, because if we're staying with him, then why are we split up in so many different areas? And then again, it becomes this big chase thing, and you're like, okay, let's focus there. But then later on, it becomes like a retrospective on like these students studying the thing, and it's like, okay, well now it doesn't matter.
It's
we
an
already know.
incredible concept or approach. It's a
I like the
great.
ending.
It's a
I
good
really like the
magic
ending.
trick. I'm not trying to knock the magic trick of him playing these two roles, and I can understand why he's nominated too. Like I don't think it's. I think it's an incredible attempt, and it's also like being compared to 9 other incredible films. So it's not necessarily the film's fault per se. I think it's just.
what was it? Something compared
kinda
to?
hitting to the
Here's
middle.
the thing. It's a principal thing for me. We built Tower with the intention and the agreement that we didn't want to make border stories about immigrants who fall into a crime kind of bit of life, and that's the highlight, and that's the sensationalism. And I'm not saying that this film solely does that. It's definitely not a crime thriller film, like, ooh, but it just gave me the exact same vibes of something like Sicario, or the exact same vibes of something like Narcos. And I think maybe personally, I'm kind of narcoed out. You know what I mean? The same way we got superheroed out or Star Wars'd out. I think
Nah, I
I'm
want a
just
little
done with
more.
it for a while, bro. Like, let it die for a bit, and then maybe tell Menschel's story in 10 years.
Soy
Soy
Menschel,
Menschel, güey. You know what I mean? Like
perdón
give
por las
us a
malas
fucking
palabras, pero-
break, man. I'm kind of
Los
tired
vamos a
of
matar
this
todos.
shit, you know? Even PTA's border story was better than... You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I feel you.
Because again, I think it's meant to create a lot of parallels to like current day,
Yeah.
and especially like if this was a film that's meant to like highlight the extreme of political corruption. I mean, it's you see the fact that this guy, even the people that are protecting him and the people he goes to, like at the very end when he's like, "Hey, I would not come and talk to you if I didn't feel like." You were like, I didn't need you when he talks to the police captain, but he says, but I feel like my life's in danger. There's somebody here for me,
yeah.
and I need you to come and protect me. And right when he comes, that's when everything comes to this crashing climax. And then what sucks is that when you see him escape and he's free and he's like, he survived all that and the other guy got shot. Then a minute later, it goes to the college student. It's like, yep. And then that's when they gun down this guy. And hey, I got the last of his tapes. And now I'm going to go give it to his son. And then the son's kind of like, well, I grew up with my grandpa, and
But I
he
kind of
took care
like
of
that.
me.
It's kind of like going into historical
No,
facts.
and-
we
and-
only know exactly like the kid what they talked about.
Exactly.
I
And
love that.
he even says like, "Oh, you know more about my dad than I do." And it's kind of meant to also brush away that like for such an powerful story to be an example of political corruption at its worst.
Yeah. Kinda
got
Instead,
forgotten.
now it's just this like this
Somewhat-
movie. Now it's just a movie, and
it's the
just
thing that sits in the archives.
yeah,
like,
it
it's a
sits in the
story that sits in the
archives,
archives.
and she gets
I
this
agree
whole
with that.
copy of everything, and the way he kind of grabs everything we just saw, the dad's whole story, he just kind of grabs the USB, throws it in his pocket, and he's like, "That was great,"
Yeah.
I like the ending.
It's good, and if you want to
I
use it as a
understood
metaphor for something bigger, great. I think again, it's competing with a lot of things. I think this is a story that's been said before.
Yeah, that's what it
it's
has.
got a lot of strong filmmaking merit and technique, but it's not doing anything new that's catching us.
Yeah.
Does it have any chance for obviously not best picture, but leading role international feature film?
No, because we're going to talk about one that does have a stronger chance. I mean, if this one gets it, I wouldn't be surprised just because of the scale of it compared to something like Sentimental Value. But I think the acting and the story of Sentimental Value
True.
is fantastic. We'll get into that. But so yeah, I mean, I'll probably sit at my like 7.5, 7s all around, low 7, 6, 8.
Show us your scars from the war. Guys, he was a German soldier.
No. They spend 10 minutes being like, I don't want to show my scars from the war. And then he shows the scars from the war.
No, and then that's again, they're meant to be these political statements that if you have a conversation, like that guy was like fighting as a German soldier, but secretly a Jew, and like what he had to go through because of how corrupt the political system was.
There's a film that Sandra like really loves. And she showed me this film fucking 10 years ago. And it's called, I forget what it's called in Spanish, but in English, but it's called Almas. Oh, fuck, what is it called?
El Pepino de Felipe.
It's about like Brazilian, what? It's about Brazilian like guerrilleros, and it's about these kids that are at war. And they're kids. They're fucking 10-year-olds. Almas Inocentes. It's called Almas Inocentes. And
I was going to say blood in, blood out?
no, definitely not. It's called Almas Inocentes. And this thing like, I don't know, grasped me a lot more in terms of corruption and war and what people are fighting for and how they put these kids in war. And I don't know, like
if it had picked the side, right? Like if this thing had leaned more into the thriller aspect and kept giving us the chase.
100% agree.
Yeah, if it gave us the chase a lot sooner, I think this would be a great, entertaining, fast film.
but not
the
an
fact,
Oscar picture.
The fact that it took so long, I mean, it's almost 3 hours, and I felt like it only really picked up towards like the latter half.
Outside of one battle, this is probably the longest fucking film on the lineup.
Yeah, and that's why
there's
we're all dreading.
Good reason for it.
yes.
You know what I mean?
It lingers.
And the reason I bring up Almas Inocentes, or it's not Almas, it's Voces Inocentes. Voces Inocentes, I bring it up because that film, in conjunction with Roma, Cuarón's Roma, we see a baby snippet of the massacre, in the 70s in Mexico.
5 minutes max.
Maybe, and it's the most impactful fucking scene in the entire film, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's only to remind you where this is taking place and politically and economically who sits on what side of the spectrum. But it's not forcing this thing down your throat. It's saying, hey, this is about a woman who takes care of a rich family and the juxtaposition and the socioeconomical status of this. But remember, this is set against the backdrop of something so much bigger that happened the same year. So, I prefer that format. I don't know. There's something to say.
Again, I feel like on both sides, even like something like I'm Still Here, which I keep bringing up. But if you look at that for like the realism of like the maximum of what political corruption does to a family, I feel like that film, incredible. But again, if you lean into that side, it should have really pushed for that. And I mean, it better have based on a true story at the end of it, because for this to all be like something going on and then it's like, oh yeah, it's just kind of like a fake little story. It's like, well, then make it an action-packed thing. Make it a thriller. Lean into the strong sensibilities it does have, because all those chase moments, super strong about the film. I felt like the fact that we see this cat and mouse always dangling around, and once even like the killer's in his office saying, hey, is that the guy? Those
two felt so cartoony to me, man.
Most of them, dude.
The character?
The two like hitmen. The old guy. I don't know.
What's the guy from El Chavo del Ocho, the old man?
The neighbor. What's his name? God.
I forget.
Let's say Don Ramon.
Don Ramon. It felt like that if he was like a hitman,
They're eating tacos at a taco stand when they get the call and shit.
And then also like the killer is like this wide-eyed guy, like he's got the crazy eyes. Like for casting, that crazy-eyed guy.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but it's a good film. I just feel like it's not. If it leaned into one thing or the other, much like you were saying, it probably would have had a stronger chance. But
I'll give this another rewatch down the road in a couple of years.
So real quick, why do you think it was Oscar nominated?
Because one, great filmmaking merit, and then I also feel like two, it's talking about a political topic, but making it very palatable for people. Kind of like One Battle, like it's a big topic, the idea of like these internment camps and ICE and everything like that, but we can put an action movie in front of it in a road chase film and be able to talk about it without it being too heavy.
It's a director getting obsessed with a concept, and the concept being, I'm going to jump between two time frames and I'm going to tell these two different stories that all end up meeting in the middle. And it's cool. Like the concept is much cooler than the film ended up being. But I think he got, as Castro would put it, lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
I think this film gets
Yeah.
completely lost in the
I'm
sauce.
still wondering why.
If unless somebody is opposed to it, I'd like to present the next two.
Well, one thing that will get lost in
What?
the sauce is this next one. I'm joking.
I like the actor.
You're
I
gonna
like
put
the
the
actor.
next two.
Well, I know what the next two are,
What the next two?
Well, we have 3 left.
Wagner Mora.
Do I?
and
have
I know he
Mura.
wants to present the last one, unless you want to present the last
You
one.
can do it.
Oh god.
But I'll present the next two with very good
yeah.
intention.
Okay.
All right,
You're
go
gonna
ahead.
present Train Dreams.
I'll present.
Next up, we have
Joaquin Trier's Sentimental Value.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Nope, definitely not. This film stars Stellan Skarsgård,
One of my favorite.
Renee Rainsman. I'm positive I'm pronouncing that wrong, but she's incredible. Elle Fanning. This film was nominated for 9 awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Actress in a Leading Role, Actress in a Supporting Role, Actress in a Supporting Role for the other actress, the sister, Actor in a Supporting Role
Okay.
for Skarsgård, Best
Really?
Original Screenplay.
Best original screenplay.
Fantastic.
Best International Feature Film, and Best Film Editing.
Let the record show, before the nominations, Carlos, when he saw it, he was like, you know, it's not going to get nominated for anything. I'm just happy it got made.
Yeah.
And then it got, what, the 3rd most?
The third most, I think. I would have been totally happy with this film, like just existing.
I feel like this was for this year. This film is how you felt when we watched.
Did you guys watch it together?
No.
I watched it first.
What's the Korean one?
Past Lives.
Past Lives. I remember when you watched Past Lives, it impacted you the same way. You were just like super impressed at like this delicate, subtle, impressive filmmaking. I think this one again is in the same vein where it's not overly flashy. But Carlos, before I distract, what's it about? What is this?
Sentimental Value is about an aging film director coming to terms that his life, he's getting older. He wants to direct another picture, and he realizes that through the death of his ex-wife, he realizes that he has to connect with his daughters again. And the only way to do that is the only way he knows how, through film and through a script that he wrote, which
the
may
daughter
very
does
well
not
be
want.
his final script. So that's what Sentimental Value is covering, is the fractured relationship.
Oh, you
with-
got to mention that the daughter doesn't want to.
the daughter is resentful. Both of the daughters are resentful. One of them's just more upfront about it.
Right.
And they're kind of forced to be back with each other just because of the death of the mom.
Right.
And like at first glance, he's not even there for that. He's there because he owns the house.
Jeez. Yeah.
You know, there's just so much to it that there's a really great sleight of hand. And I remember I rewatched it yesterday, and Austin we're on Discord, and Austin and the law were like, God, can this guy not play a villain? And I was like, oh no, hold on. You think he's a villain
That is
because
true.
it's Stellan Skarsgård, but I hadn't seen Stellan in something like this since Good Will Hunting.
Whoa.
I don't think he's. I mean, yes, okay, fine.
He was a villain
The Fincher one.
He was a villain in Good Will Hunting.
No, he wasn't. That's the thing. Is he wanted the best for Will? He just didn't know how to approach
No, I agree
that.
with him.
There's
He was kind of like the moral voice or whatever.
yeah,
Honestly-
the two sides of the fold. He got him jobs, like shit. Like he cared about the kid. He
I
just
haven't
approached it
seen
differently.
Skarsgård this impressive since the first Avenger movie when he got manipulated by Loki.
Yeah.
I think we can all remember.
No,
what
but
an
genuinely,
Shut up, the next one.
I don't know that I've seen
me see,
Stellan
let
in
me
something
see.
as impressive in this. He was in the Fincher movie, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and that's fine.
There we go.
But he was a villain in that. Like, I think
I need
he
to watch
gets
the film.
Chernobyl, dude.
he gets relatively
It's a TV series,
typecast.
but come on, man.
You know, oh God, he plays the fat villain in Dune. You guys remember that?
I love that guy.
he does.
And then in Dune 2, he just got
What
just
else
like
have
in
I
the
seen
tub.
him in?
It's the tub of tar.
he just died.
Mamma Mia.
Oh, that's right. He was in Mamma Mia.
Wasn't he one of the love interests?
He is, yeah.
Oh, he was in Hector and the Search for Happiness?
my point with all of this is that I don't think he's been in something so intimate
True. I guess so. I'm
since
trying
Good
to.
Will Hunting. Aside from any of that, remember this is a
Girl with the Dragon
Norwegian
Tattoo.
film. This is a Norwegian film.
Yeah.
He's
Norwegian.
from Sweden.
But they talk
which-
Brazilian, right?
Sweden.
Yes. He's from Sweden, and he lives in Sweden. And in fact, they shot this film
I
in.
forgot about that.
He's an entourage.
He is an entourage. He plays a dick director, by the way, like the closest thing to this.
That is true.
All right, finish your thoughts so we can go into ratings.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Oh yeah, Pirates of the
This
Caribbean.
is just
obviously.
again. I'll just like as a prelude to this, they shot this film in his hometown. like where he lives. He walked to work from his house. Like they shot this in such an intimate place for him and place and time and script.
I dig that.
And you know, him being in the film industry for X amount of time. I don't know if you guys know this. I didn't know this till this year. He's more famous in Sweden than he is in the States. Like he's been in so much more shit.
Oh, really?
And he's kind of like a hometown hero and shit. And I think that drew something out of him in this picture. So needless to say, between him, the girl that plays the daughter, even Elle Fanning, who I've been watching for a long time, hoping she'd get a role like this someday.
She's good.
And she's like, to me, the female Timothée Chalamet. She's gonna win an Oscar in her lifetime. It's just a matter of when. But she's a better actress than her sister. Call me fucking crazy. I think she's a better actress than her sister.
I think her sister
Carlos.
peaked.
This one was a special one for me for many, many reasons, which we can break down later. But I give this like a 9. Like a 9.5. I'm at a 9.5 with sentimental value. 9 fuck. Yeah. I'm at a 9.5 with sentimental value.
Which way?
Are we going this way?
I think this way, no?
Yeah.
Go for it.
9.4.
9.
9.
9.
9.
I'm just trying to again think of that whole like great story, but does it push forward kind of deal?
I need to watch it again and I need to live with it longer because I feel like I missed something, but I'll talk about it right now.
Yeah,
but
9,
Castro,
Castro.
the correct answer.
I think I'm gonna have to put a condom on.
Who are you?
I mean, again, be honest.
Are you fucking me?
Be honest.
I'm gonna fuck this film for sure. What's the lowest one I've gone? 7.3.
Jeez, don't
Yeah,
matter.
dude, I'm serious. Like nothing.
The performances did nothing
I
for
love-
you.
No,
I love him.
just let him speak.
Yeah, just get it out.
Let the boy.
Just pull it out.
I'm trying like everything you're saying. I'm trying to see if it passes or not.
Let him wank
So I'm
it
between
out.
6.9 and 7.
Okay, 6.9.
Yeah, man,
34.
it just
He
didn't
really
do it for me. It was
wanked
too
it out.
slow. The what?
You wanked it out.
I wanked it out. Yeah, man. I mean,
But Castro, the ending.
Everything. Yeah. I'm gonna kick off this conversation with this, and this is a big statement, so I hope people can relate. Shout out to Francisco. Francisco saw this film before I did, and I remember he told me. And I remember like I forget who did this. I forget if it was Searchlight or some. It was a small kind of one of the smaller companies,
I think it was Neon.
or Mubi, or somebody was promoting it very like nichely. Was it Neon?
Well, Neon distributed it.
Okay, so they were promoting it very nichely, and I remember seeing little bits and pieces of it, and I saw Stellar, and I was like, great. I saw Elle, and though I love her, I'm like, it's gonna be that kind of film.
okay.
And that's the point. My point is that like the strong statement I'm trying to make is Francisco saw it before I did, and he says, dude, it's been my favorite of the year.
Really?
It's fucking great. Like, holy shit. And I'm like,
but he said that after Marty Supreme.
well, yeah, that's it. But I was
Same-
like,
yeah, exactly.
let me see what's up, right? And this was one of the later ones that I saw from the 10. And I remember after I watched it by myself, and I walked out of it, and Sandra was like, what do you think? And I was like, if you want to know more about me and my approach to life, watch Sentimental Value. Because I think it's the perfect film to explore what a film director goes through while exploring his past demons. And the fact that it's all fractured and you get bits and pieces from this part of your life and this part of your life in hopes to not rectify the past, but to explore why you are the way you are. And
Yeah.
and it is like cheesy, but it's its own form of therapy. And what happens when you go to therapy or like any NA or, whatever program, you start realizing, oh, I kind of fucked up in my life. Maybe I should try to rectify that while I can. And because you're dealing with your demons through your art, you're also realizing like, shit, man, I got to talk to that person before it's too late. And that's what he's doing here is
Yeah.
he's exploring what went wrong in his marriage, what went wrong in his career, what went right in his career, and realizing, well, if the most important things were my daughters, which they think is a laughable statement, I really need to fix that somehow. And the only way I know how, the only love language I have is cinema. So how can I fix that via cinema? And oh God, man, I just think it resonated with me a ton as a filmmaker. And
It also just being filmmakers ourselves hits extremely close to home because it's so authentic in the language and everything they do. When they're location scouting, when they're talking to the actors and they're having these table reads,
all the pre-production.
and you know, that's why I'm curious for you as an actor, like watching Fanning's role, right? Where she's like really like, I can just tell that like I don't say no to movies. Like if you tell me to stay here, I will. But like I know this isn't my story to tell, and it's hard for me to say because it's working with a director I respect so much. But I have to step away for personal reasons.
And he says, you're a good person. Most actors would just keep the role even if it felt wrong.
Oh, 100%.
No, and then also, to me, I think, Carlos, you hit it on the nail. The part that like really got me was that, you know, he hasn't directed something in a long, long time. I mean, in a way, he's kind of like left himself on top because then they go to a film festival to watch his film.
His retrospective.
Yeah, and it's this beautiful film. And they're like, oh, why haven't you made more? And he's like, oh, I just haven't had the right story. And then when he finally does make it, he's like, well, I've always made it this way where I just do it with my friends and the people that are closest to me. And that's what I'm going to do. If I have to make another movie, I'm going to get the same people. And he goes to like his producer, Michael, and he's like, well, let's see who we can get a hold of from the old gang.
Not just that, I also resonated, and I told these guys before, like they even screened the film, I was like, hey, there's 2 scenes that you guys are going to see. And I think Francisco pointed it out to me. He's like, hey, seeing Stellan and Michael's, like the character Michael talking, he's his longtime producer. It's like, that's like how you and Austin talk to each other. And it is. Like, it's how we talk to each other where I'm like, well, I guess we're going to do this and get the funding, huh? And he's like, yeah, we're going to get the funding, huh? I'm doing everything. You're just fucking directing.
And then with the DP.
With the DP of like...
God, that like... I that hurt so much because... you know, he sees his DP, which he says,
Frail.
no, he's like, this guy has done all of my stuff. I respect him. And the second he brings the script, the DP's like, you got it, man. We're doing this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I read it. I love it. And then it's like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking. And he's like struggling to get out of his chair and he gets his walker.
I don't see handheld. I see tripod and dolly.
And it's just this conversation where it's a DP and his director and they're excited and they're friends. And then the director has to be like, well, I hope you know that they're making me explore more options.
Yeah, the studio.
And it's the nicest way of saying, like, I don't think you can handle it, man. I'm sorry, but I think there's a reason you're retired and maybe you should stay there. And it's not an abrasive scene.
Yeah.
It's a genuine scene of, like, 2 friends where it's like, I can't even get mad at anybody and I can't do anything. And then he talks to the producer later on and says, I should have talked to him before he got this way. Like, I should have stayed in touch.
Yeah.
And
I'm bad at that in between films.
Yeah, it's that honest regret of, like, I should have just been there.
I want to touch on that in relations to this before we get into, like, the final few minutes of this. Yeah. But I love that the ending wasn't, his cinema celebrated again. His new film is a triumph. And they're at the premiere. And he's winning an Oscar. Whatever the fuck. It's... I got to make the picture I wanted to make with who I wanted to make it with.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like a big fuck you to Quentin Tarantino, saying that as directors age, they become bad storytellers. No, you get to pick what you want to do and how you want to do it and who you want to do it with.
That's cool.
And tell the most intimate story of your career because you've learned a lot of shit in 100 years or however long you've had up to that point. So I love that they went that route, that he just got to make the most intimate picture of his career. Will people get it? Will people not? There's this whole scene that's incredible where they were like, the producer's like, I just don't want you to come to me and tell me that you're going to adapt to the times. I want you to come and tell me that you're going to make the fucking picture how you want to.
It's strong.
And that's like, it's so like validating for filmmakers like us. And again, seeing every step of the pre-production process and the battles you have to go through. And if it's an intimate piece, there's also another line that I resonated with where they were like, yeah, the producer too, he's like, yeah, you've touched on this subject before. Like, you've used this virtually in every single one of your films, the suicide of your mother.
Right.
But you've never really confronted it like this. Yeah. And I resonate with that because I think there's bits and pieces I use and reuse and recycle in my films because I'm trying to work it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work it out in my own psyche, why this happened. And again, the fact that he had, like, this rough childhood and, like, rebuilt the house from the ground up and then married, like... I don't know, man. It's almost like that thing, too, of like, this house meant so much to me because my mother died in that room. And I rebuilt this house from the ground up, and I didn't live in it for the majority of my adult life because I left it to the people I love the most. And if that's not saying something without him being able to physically, like, verbally express it, I think that's so powerful, dude. That's like a subtext that people don't pay attention to with this film. But anyways,
Also,
yeah.
Dude, even seeing the transformation of like the house.
Yeah, to that modern, and he gives it to his fucking daughter, and they shoot in the soundstage.
Yeah.
It's just for his daughter to live in at the end. It's not even like, oh God, for him to shoot in.
I also think that, like, and again, it comes to me on like a deep P front. One of the most beautiful shots, and it goes to, again, just being on production. You finally got to get to the place where you're just shooting it. Is when we see the ending shot where, you know, they're having this scene where the kid's, like, you know, saying bye because he has to go to school, and he's talking to the mom, and you see through the windows, and it's just blue screen, and it's this raw, unedited, like, not prettied up yet, just
raw capture,
acknowledgement of we're finally shooting it, and we're in production. It's such an in production shot, and, like, I mean, we just finished recently. Jesse from Tower, his film,
Changing Midstream.
Yeah, Changing Midstream, which right now is in post. But you look at those raw shots of just the blue screen and them playing in the area, and it was so reminiscent of that to a T. And even like what we did with Francisco's film, and like those feelings are just beautiful. They're just beautiful seeing this. Like, wow, it went all the way from a script to it's here now. Like at the end of the day, you can't say that you didn't get to make it. And those shots were beautiful. And then the lighting. And then, I mean, we don't have a lot of time to touch on it. We're probably going to revisit this film because of how much it impacted you.
I think so.
But all these emotional beats where then they go from performing their real lives to being in these black box theater moments and these dream sequences. Oh,
God, dude. One of my favorite scenes is like her coming home from the conversation of like her daughter saying like, you're a bad actor. You're like, actresses are the lowest form of human beings. And because they get attached to like their self-esteem. And once somebody says that they're bad actresses, they lose themselves. And they're like, and then she goes back home and cries, and bitter tears run down her face. And then you realize she's in a black box theater acting for somebody. And again, that's the challenge.
Bringing and showing how every one of them is just... She's a parallel of her father. She's bringing all of her pain and trauma and throwing it into her art.
That's why I like the end.
And then even when she has that whole line where she says like, "Oh, I'm an actor. Like I always am in anxiety mode. Like this is just how I live," because she has to live in that feeling. Would you say that that's the case too?
100%, dude.
You're just living in it, and and
there's also in the cinematography, just really quickly, there's these great, I think, homages to different type of cinema. It's not a cohesive look through and through, I don't think. And I think that's okay. You get these weird, like, in the bar moments when she's talking to her father initially in this cold kind of green, cold situation. And then you get to the beach scenes, and it's like an homage to Fellini films, you know? And it's an homage to running on the beach and talking to a fellow actor all night. And then being reminded why you do this kind of shit, and like there's so many homages to like classic cinema in an unforced way because there's enough modernism to balance out the film. But there's just so much to talk about with this thing. I'm gonna answer this way in terms of the nominations. I don't care. Really? I don't care what it wins or what it doesn't. Like this film supersedes the Oscars for me.
Oh,
I could care less what it does in the Oscars. I'm just happy this film exists.
I think it'll take international.
I think it'll take international.
Yeah, this was
too.
definitely the one for international.
Do you feel like you need to give it another watch, or do you kind of still hold that it just really didn't hit your sensibilities?
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
I think I probably watched it not at the right time. You know, I probably didn't give it the time. I just watched it right after. I think I just finished Marty Supreme. I put this one.
Oh man, so
I'm starting to think like maybe I just didn't watch it the right way.
Those double features are heavy,
especially like the double features. If you go from something that's so like action paced, and then it's like
it's because I had to finish Marty Supreme because I hadn't finished it, and I was like, I have to finish it. And I'm like, all right, I'm still in the mood. Put this one on, and it was like,
I still got a bone.
I think, like I said last night, I think if I was in a different emotional state in life, this probably would have been my favorite of the year.
Yeah, you know,
over Train Dreams.
Which shocks me because I think there's more to say in like grief and heavy kind of visual things in Train Dreams than something like this.
No,
not as straightforward as the other one.
Yeah, like Train Dreams is the one that he would pick over this one. But he says if it was a different...
No. He's saying that Train
the other
Dreams
one
is his pick over this one.
No, like personal favorite though, not pick like to win.
Train Dreams.
Yeah, Train Dreams is my personal favorite.
Same with me,
That's
man.
what you're saying.
It did something to me too.
If I
bro.
was in a different emotional state
Yeah.
in life, I think Sentimental Value, I think it probably would have impacted me more.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
That's true. That's true.
Next up,
Pecadores.
Record-breaking film.
Carlos.
I do want to introduce this film because I feel like I've been fighting for this film more than anybody in this year. We're talking about Ryan Coogler's Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan
And Michael
as-
B. Jordan.
and Michael B. Jordan as Smoke and Stack, the Smoked Stack twins. Haley Steinfeld, Miles Canton, who did a phenomenal job, if I do
Yeah.
say so myself.
What? I looking good?
Miles Canton playing the guitar and being
Haley Steinfeld.
I said Miles Canton. She's pregnant now.
I'd
Michael B.
become a
Jordan
vampire.
probably got her pregnant on set. Like, I don't care. That's how
Damn.
good she looked. Yeah, Miles Canton. This thing broke the record of Oscars history ever
Oh wow.
to be nominated for 16 awards: Best Picture, Best Director, Actor in a Leading Role, Actor in a Supporting Role, Actress in a Supporting Role, Best Original Screenplay, Best Cast, Best Original Song, Best Score, Best Cinematography, Best Sound, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and Hairstyle, Best Film Editing, and Best Visual Effects.
What had the record before this?
I think
Avatar?
I think Science
La La
at
Land.
Night.
La La Land tied up with Titanic or something like that. I think it was La La Land and Titanic that tied up.
Oh
before
man,
this one.
you know what? I'm seeing some of these stills and everything, and I'm thinking that I probably just didn't even give it a
fair shake.
fair shake for cinematography.
What?
Same, dog.
That's
That's
the
what I'm
first thing
fucking-
I noticed.
What most nominated films? All About Eve, La La Land. That was
And
great.
Titanic.
And
And
Titanic.
Titanic.
With 14.
Titanic.
14. 14 was the record. This is now at 16. What didn't it get nominated for is probably the better question. But Sinners. Sinners is about
International, I think.
the Smokestack twins coming back to their hometown after working with Al Capone in Chicago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the idea is that they're opening up a juke joint. They're opening up a dancing club.
Club.
And their past is kind of chasing them emotionally and metaphorically. And as they start to rectify things that they left behind in their hometown, a bigger twist happens of there's vampires, which at first glance is just so distracting, and you're wondering why is this not taking itself seriously anymore and stuff like that. And then you realize there's a much bigger commentary using cinema.
Very similar to like Get Out.
Yeah, very similar to Get Out, very similar to even the Universal Classic Monsters. I mean, Nosferatu, very famously, is not about a vampire. It's about the plague. and like, there's so much context to it. So, from Dust Till Dawn, yeah.
Great start to the film, but that's a weird
I wanted to talk about this film. I'll do this really quick precursor before I kick it off with ratings. But
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about this film because it did a lot for me in terms of giving Ryan Coogler his fair shake as a director, because again, I was kind of disappointed in dude. There's another director named Doug Liman who he directed Swingers, and I'm like, oh great, he's a fucking great director. And then he went on to do like Tom Cruise movies and shit, and like just took the career path that I just don't like, and then like never really came back to the Swingers bit. I'm starting to feel that way about Jon Favreau a little bit. Like, everybody's wondering when he's going to come back to a chef. But my point with that is that Ryan Coogler did Fruitvale Station, which is such an impactful and important film, and then went on to Creed and to Black Panther and lived there for 10 years and finally came back to something that I think is of substance. Not to knock Black Panther and Creed. I know they have some substance to them, but I don't think it's like this. So it did that for me, brought me back to Ryan Coogler. The blues. And it brought the blues to the forefront in a way that hasn't been done in a long time. And for reasons I can't quite disclose, is very important to me right now, very important to cinema right now. And then you have Buddy Guy, the legend, coming to the forefront and acting in something, and it's so there's a commentary on so many things. But all that being said, ratings.
Well, you got to go first.
I'm accepting this film at face value for what it is, and then I'm also giving it credit. So 8-9 for me.
Yeah, I'm around there too.
I was gonna say 8-7.
8-7.
I'll go 8-5.
8-5.
Good.
8-9.
8-9.
8-6.
8-6. All right.
I feel like high eights. I think what threw it off for me, and something I heard from Jordan Peele, which I think is really powerful. When I was reading his script for Get Out, is that he says this script, it was written with a lot of intentionality and a lot of love, and it's using the backdrop of the horror genre, but it's talking about something bigger. And he says, and if it's for you, that's great. I hope you understand all of it because it's important. And if he says, and if you don't get it, like, you know, and he's basically talking to like white America, he says, it's not for you. Have fun at the theater. Eat your popcorn. I don't care, but it doesn't belong to you, and that's okay. He says, this is meant to be a conversation for people that need to have that. And, you know, same thing with Sinners. I feel like there was aspects of it that at first when I watched it, I'm like I didn't want to watch this movie to begin with because I was like, okay, it's just like, and in my very naive way of thinking about it, I was like, it almost feels like a blaxploitation vampire film. And I was like, that's cool. And it feels like a great action film and all that kind of stuff. And it's probably got like a lot of cool sequences and things, but I don't see what it's going to do. And
I wonder if that feeling comes from what's keeping cinema alive today, and maybe what's kept cinema alive today forever, or kept cinema alive forever, marketing.
Yeah.
It's marketed to appeal to the general audience member. It's marketed to be this badass, guns a-blazing vampire
because
movie.
I especially like when you saw the trailer, there was a lot more
poster.
gunshots than in the actual movie. In the actual movie, it's a lot of these conversations. And again, like you said, revisiting your past and revisiting like the old monsters. And then this whole idea, which is super fascinating, of just taking the one aspect of vampires that they need to be welcomed in so they can like come in. Like that aspect of, you know, like taking people that don't belong to your crowd and welcoming them in, but you're welcoming the good and the bad. And be very careful who you let into your home because they will either make it or destroy it. Yeah. And that's interesting. Super interesting. Yeah. I feel like the more you watch this film, the more you get all these metaphors that Ryan Coogler, I think, like made beautifully. And again, you did this Jordan Peele effect where it's kind of like, if you get it, perfect, because you were meant to get it. And if you don't, have fun. Yeah. Go to the movies, feel good about what you're watching, and you're watching a spectacle. I mean, he really puts on a show. God.
These characters, the Smokestack Twins, which, by the way, is a nod to Smokestack Lightning, a blues song, a very, very important blues song.
I like that.
The fact that the Smokestack Twins, and he didn't even shy away from that. That smoke, that stacked. That's what their names are. The fact that they do have a reputation, the bootlegging, murdering reputation that follows them back home. But they don't have any intention, with the exception of maybe making money, to open up a juke joint other than to kind of involve the people they left behind. And again, I think
it seems like also their thing is they're so proud of where they're from that they want to give the people from their own hometown the opportunity to make money as well.
Definitely. And in addition to that, I think they were just done with the lifestyle. Yeah. I think the Capone thing, there's a very great conversation between Coogler and Michael B. Jordan where Coogler's obsession of making espresso, which I'm currently on right now, it's him making espresso for Michael B. Jordan and being like, I don't know if you guys knew this, I make espresso for my cast when we're on set because it's such a serviceable thing. Like, I'm making you coffee so that we can connect. And I get that. Yeah. And I get that. And they have this conversation on the journals Michael B. Jordan would keep as an actor.
Oh, wow.
And I've never really respected or cared as much for making backstories for your characters, but there's no way in hell you can do a film like this without doing that.
Yeah, it's a neat.
There's no way in hell without having this much context, right? So the fact that they come back with their reputation, with their previous sins of killing or bootlegging or stealing from whoever they did, it becomes a Robin Hood picture in this situation. They've stolen from Capone to give to their kinfolk.
I don't think they're changed men. I think they're just more tired of running.
Yeah, they're
clearly
tired of
the
running.
same people. They shoot that guy in front of the shop, and
but that's to maintain the image, right? Yeah. That's to maintain the image of, yes, our reputation precedes us.
No, he doesn't look bothered at all by it. He says, exactly. If someone comes out, I'm going to shoot him. It's not like, okay, I got to go do this.
Yeah.
He goes out there and shoots. I think he wants to.
Yeah, but I think the humanity comes out in different places. I think the humanity of losing a child for smoke. I think the humanity of losing love because of interracial couples for Stack. Or maybe I'm confusing those two. I think smoke is the more violent one. But I think the humanity comes out there where it matters versus like the dude that wants to steal my truck, you gonna get it in the ass. Like, I don't care. I think it's maintaining an image, but the Robin Hood aspect comes in for me when they reveal what's in the trucks, and not just like the guns and stuff, but the 100 Irish beers and the money that they're going to use to buy this building from a dude who's in the Ku Klux Klan, like quite
That used
actually.
that kill house that basically they'll let black people come on in and purchase it, and then they show up,
In
shoot
the
them
morning.
down, burn them down. Yeah.
See, this is why I wish I would have saw it with you guys, because I'm gonna be honest with you, I was a little lost with this film.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was. I love the
That's
visuals.
fair.
Cinematography was beautiful. The acting with this guy was awesome, but just I don't know what was the main point.
I
think
think
there's
it's in
many-
Miles. Miles is this character where he's so passionate about
He's the
something.
son of the pastor.
Yeah.
Right.
He's so passionate about something that it asks, like, are you willing to like sacrifice your values and your morals and all that kind of stuff for your passion? And then when he comes back, it's kind of like, he lives, but he now lives with the sins that he's been like plagued with, which is all these memories and everything that's there,
I definitely got to
least
give this
also
another
took
watch.
it also
'cause
of like that old tale of selling your
I
soul
thought it
to
was
the
something
devil.
else.
Absolutely. That's such
Which is
an
such a Blues
infamous
story.
Such an infamous popular story. Oh God, this scene. This scene oh God. Well, I'll get there. But the story of Robert
Johnson.
Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson infamously sold his soul to the devil to be
dude.
able to play guitar.
There's one on Netflix called Crossroads with the Devil.
Well, it's called Crossroads.
Crossroads.
The old story is
I love
he
that.
meets the devil at the
I
crossroads.
love it.
Says, "I'll sell my soul to you if you let me play
And
guitar."
then he comes back and
kills.
Character in Oh Brother Where Art Thou?
And oh brother,
Yeah,
we're
Oh,
out.
Brother,
We're art out. He's also
yeah.
there's also the film Crossroads with fucking the Karate Kid.
Yeah, Macho.
Yeah, Ralph Macchio, like about the
wow.
blues.
Fascinating.
But nobody, in my opinion, nobody's quite done it justice. Because Robert Johnson actually existed, okay? Robert Johnson was
Yeah,
an
yeah,
actual
yeah, yeah.
blues player.
Yeah.
And if you go back to the recordings of his songs, they're these old bootlegs that, by the way, were recorded in Dallas, in fucking Deep Ellum in downtown Dallas. Like, where, in my opinion, the blues were born.
Dallas?
Yes, because it's
need to go
Deep
a little bit
Ellum,
more-
it's
more
Blind Lemon
east.
Jefferson and Lightning Hopkins and Robert Johnson
Right there.
recording.
Third to the left. Or the second. Second
So, anyways, the point is that Robert Johnson, when you hear his songs, they really are the pedigree for blues, like what the blues became. But at what cost? Did he sell his soul to the devil? Is that why this is devil's music? And by the way, this was invented just like the fable of vampires. The whole Crossroads thing was a wives' tale because rock and roll, right? Because it's the devil's music.
Right.
And he must have sold his soul to the devil if he's playing this kind of music. That's it. That's where it comes from.
That's
But
cool.
the imagery and the magical realism to it and the fantasy element of it is why you have a film like Sinners. This scene, God, where he's playing music and it transcends time and space and there's hip hop and there's fucking tribal music and oh God, man, this scene just said so much about playing music live for people. That's not a fabricated tune, but will inspire our ancestors ahead
And
of
what
us.
you bring to life every time you
Yes.
play that music.
Yes.
You waken the ghost. You waken
your ancestors and the people ahead of you. Oh God, man! There's a dude that played
good.
guitar, like electric guitar, and that's the immediate segue into this world. Is this going from an acoustic guitar to a shredding, flying V
To a
Jimi Hendrix guitar,
DJ artist.
to a hip hop, to tribal, and it's such an incredibly powerful scene.
Interesting.
And it's not just one type of ancestor; it's whoever's
100%,
listening to it.
100%.
Right? And oh gosh, dude, this again, there's so much more to say than at face value. And it's fair to be like thrown off, like, what the fuck am I looking
Yeah, I'm gonna
at?
be
And why
honest,
do I-
truly honest. Love what I was seeing, but I just didn't get it.
Yeah, but again, through the context of understanding years and years of research of a blues background, understanding why it's so important. And again, also like Buddy Guy is so important to this film because of who Sammy grows up to be. He grows up to be a Buddy Guy type. And Buddy Guy transcended the music world into mainstream. One of the guitarists to do that. But
I'm honestly gonna watch this film as soon as we finish.
but there's so much to say. But again,
Yeah.
that's
Again,
just
again.
like half of it. That's like my preferred like situations of it. But there's so much to say about again, interracial couples. There's so much to say about the Irish and who were the true immigrants of this country and
And the relationship with the woman that you think is his mother.
right.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, yeah.
But Gosh, my favorite, despite the blue stuff, all the shit, my favorite sequence in this fucking film is the shootout where he sees her on the other side.
With the
Fuck,
cigarette.
man. Oh, how powerful. And like you can hold her.
And-
oh man.
and
that's
again-
so good, dude. Yeah.
Films like these, I think, are pushing the medium of cinema
Yes.
forward only because
Shot entirely on IMAX cameras.
Yeah.
65 millimeter, blown up to 70.
Yeah.
Which has only been done a handful of times in the last 20 years. And female cinematographer to be nominated for Best Cinematographer.
that's beautiful.
Kugler did really good with the transitions of aspect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was also going to say
think-
just the fact that like films like these show that as time goes on, as situations get more complex for us in society. I mean, we just dealt with like COVID, and there was a film that we wanted to talk about, and we'll probably talk about later, Eddington.
Yeah.
That again, it shows films that are able to take real world situations, complex notions and ideas,
Yeah.
but let the movies be palatable ways that we can all have a conversation, and it's bringing us together as opposed to separating us. Like, and I think, again, this one does that. It does that in spades. I think the only reason this one probably won't get Best Picture comparatively to like One Battle is just the fact that I do think that One Battle has better filmmaking merit just because we're using the best of the best. I think this one's a great story. It's Kugler style. He was able to show the maximum of what he's capable of. It just falls a little short, but it's an amazing movie. Amazing
By the way,
picture.
there's 2 post-credit scenes. These guys didn't fucking know that. And I had to we're watching the credits and they were kind of done. I was like, wait. There's 2 post-credit scenes and they're very
Hold on,
important.
sit down.
There's 2 post-credit scenes and they're very important. So fucking stick
gotta
around
watch
and
those.
watch them. But I think this is the only, call me crazy. I'm not talking to you as a director.
crazy,
I'm talking
man.
to you as a viewer. This is the only film that goes toe to toe with being palatable for the general audiences, and it's why it actually has a chance to win. Why? Because Oscar voters don't fucking watch everything.
Oh, now they're required to though.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure.
No.
Play it in the background while you go take a
No.
shit for an hour and a half. Like, it's not, look, genuinely, Sinners is a more palatable film. It just is than One Battle After Another. It just is.
Yeah.
To the general audience member. They both made money. They both did well. They're both Warner Brothers films. But they're kind of going toe to toe with
Do you
each
think it
other.
has a case for best cast too?
Yes, dude. Are you
Yeah,
fucking
no,
kidding me?
everybody
we
in
were
the
just talking
cast-
about the last one, the one
Bro,
with
this,
Everybody in the
what
cast
is-
was so natural with each other. I feel like
yeah,
that's
that's what I'm
the thing.
seeing. That's what I'm seeing, bro.
And
I don't
I'm
think
saying it. Michael B. Jordan's gonna take the
I don't think
Man.
it's that
Is he gonna take
deep of a film, but for what
lead
it is,
actor in supporting role?
like you said, if you just take it for what it is, it's a lot better if you just stick to what it is as opposed to anything outside. It's something phenomenal, but if you just take it for what it is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
can
gotta
appreciate
give it
a lot
another
more.
look.
Mark my
'cause
words.
Holy shit!
I might make this prediction now.
On
PTA
record.
will win Best Director.
But this may win
This
Best
may
Picture.
win Best Picture. I'm fairly certain of it.
Wow, that's
I think
We'll
You
just
heard
see.
it here first.
I had to say, but yeah, maybe because of the times, it'll probably
Yeah,
get that.
Is it
we'll
deserving
see.
of Best Picture? Is it deserving?
No, and I didn't say that either. But those are the
Whoa,
Oscars
whoa.
for
Because
you.
look, here's
Compared
the
to
thing.
the other ones, I think-
Consolidations, man. Consolidation prizes in certain aspects, right? I mean, I'm not saying I don't think Coogler deserves a Best Director nod yet,
Not yet, but he will.
but he will. He'll grow into himself and he'll make something even more intimate than this that's still palatable for the masses. So I think PTA will take Best Director, very deservingly so, and Sinners might actually win Best Picture.
Yeah. You think as a director, you want the director or the best picture?
I think you want director.
Director, right?
Best Picture is meant to be like an overall thing, and overall, I feel like again,
That's like
with
the
as
top
many
of the-
nominations as it's got, it's like overall, if you were to look at any element in this film, you'd be like, wow, it looks beautiful. The casting's amazing. It sounds great. Each of the actors on their individual performances are good. Like as an overall, it does amazing.
It's
Yeah,
very,
yeah, yeah.
It's
And
very
again,
hard.
we talk about One Battle After Another. It's a very close with both of them because that one also does everything perfectly.
And I don't know
not
what-
even good, but perfectly.
And I don't know why you're not at least fighting for the cinematography. It's pretty good. It's
I think it's
really
good.
very-
I think it's good. The reason it's just not on my front runner is because I mean it to me it feels like a Coogler film. It has these
But at night, the night
I don't know
shots are
about
just,
that. I think this is visually so different from anything Coogler's done thus far.
it's impressive. It's impressive, but I
It's
just
impressive. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I don't know. I don't feel like it challenged the visuals in any way.
I'll end with this because we're moving on to our last one. But I think this is.
go to work.
I'm so grateful to Ryan Coogler for this because of what it's doing. Look, it's very hard to present a subject matter that nobody cares about, i.e., the blues, in a way that's not boring because you're so wrapped up in this topic.
Good.
Like I want to share my obsessions with people, but people won't pay attention.
That's
you know what
good.
I'm saying? So it's very impressive.
Next.
Next and last.
Next
and
and last.
if you've been here the whole time, thank you.
We appreciate you.
Yes.
Let us know what you
And
think thus
why
far.
have you stayed around for this?
And like, comment,
We're kind of boring.
Why haven't you rated our podcast if you stayed around for even half this long?
We're giving ratings. You give ratings too, but to our podcast.
Austin,
You go for it.
you sure?
Yes.
Okay. We are talking about 2019's. No, I'm joking. We're talking about Train Dreams, directed by Clint Bentley,
Texas filmmaker.
Texas filmmaker. If you can move the little screen a little
bit
to the left so I can see the nominations. I'm so sorry. There we go. There we go. Starring Joel Edgerton, Felicity Jones, Carrie Condon, and I'm surprised we didn't see William H. Macy and a couple others.
He comes out a little bit.
No, but I think it's
That's
an
what I
important
said.
part.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. 100%.
Nominated right now for Best Picture, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Original Song, and Best Cinematography. Personally, the cinematography, and this is just all my sensibilities, and I love it. It's gorgeous. It's such a gorgeous, gorgeous picture. I keep bringing up the fact that, like, in the reviews, they said it's not watching a film, it's breathing. And there's something so true, at least to me, about that when you're watching
Agreed.
this.
No, agreed.
You're experiencing something beautiful. The film follows Joel Edgerton being this... Edgerton. Being a low man during pioneer times, going off and working the railroads and you know, working in lumber...
when lumber
railroads,
was really-
just kind of doing these odd jobs.
Yeah.
And, you know, early on, he's faced with just loss. This one man that he knew, with lack of a better term, a Chinaman that he was working with, that he ended up feeling like this connection to, that he never really got to talk to him too properly, but he just felt like connected, like they both understood each other at some level.
Right.
And then what ended up happening is that because of racial issues at the time, they didn't want him being a part of it, and he just dies randomly. And ever since then, there's been this constant plaguing him, a feeling like he's bringing bad luck with him, or bad luck's going to hit him one day, and he doesn't know how and he doesn't know when, but it's all following him. So he sees the loss of them. He sees the loss of other dear friends.
Yeah.
He travels to jobs and doesn't see other people anymore. The big climax is that his family ends up dying in this freak fire, and he's trying to piece together how it happened. Maybe they could just,
Presumably died.
yeah, presumably died.
Well, that's what he thinks anyway.
and he
that's-
feels
there's one
like there's a
scene there.
strong chance that maybe, again, yeah, you're right, presumably dies because he thinks that, oh, maybe they got out of it and they're going to come back.
next town
so
over.
he comes back to the town and
rebuilds the house.
rebuilds the house as best he
Almost
can,
do the
and he's
same,
just waiting to see if one day they return. He interacts with a young girl who he feels may be his daughter, but then as soon as she comes, she leaves, and he's just constantly left with this feeling of like things come into his life that mean so much, and then they leave, and he's left with this loss. And how does he process the loss?
But
And-
that exploration of grief, I think, is a very, very, very accurate one of like, they can't possibly be gone. That's not how this works.
Yeah.
And going through
People that mean so
the
much.
stages of grief and understanding, like, even if you come to acceptance, they're never really gone. So where do I place this grief?
Mm-hmm.
And I've always had this conversation with people about something I heard from Andrew Garfield, where when he lost his mom, that he cries like during interviews when they ask about his mom, and he's like, oh no, I like talking about it. I love talking about my mom. So my crying, don't let it make you uncomfortable. The way I process grief is my crying, my grief is just all the unexpressed love I have for them. And that's how it comes out. And I think that that's kind of what this character is going through. Is Edgerton's character is like, oh, no. You're seeing me in a rough bout, but this is just how I'm processing my grief, no matter what stage of grief I'm in currently. And they cycle, and it's not a linear experience. And that's what we see, is that there's days where he's better. There's days where he can build the house. There's days where he's playing with the dogs, and that helps.
Yeah.
And then there's days where he can't shop for himself or feed himself, and he sleeps by the fire.
Can I say one of my favorite lines or scenes?
Sure.
And it got me, man. It just really got me.
Yeah.
When he's talking to the lady in the firehouse, in the fire tower, I guess.
Carrie Condon's character. Yeah. She did great.
And he's finally opening up to her. And he's like...
Because she went through the same.
Yeah, right? And then he's like, sometimes I hear them whispering. And I don't even turn around to look.
Because I'm afraid that I'm going to scare them away.
God,
oh, gosh.
Man, that just killed me, dude. That
Incredible.
was just... And then when I saw this film and I finished it, I remember this line that just... It was like perfect for me. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like, men live lives of silent desperation.
Oh, that's great.
And it just got me with that line because I was like, this guy's going through it and not outward, but internally. And it's...
There's this subtle bit
just
in
living
the
with that
ending.
hope, and then that scene with that child that...
Oh, yeah.
Who knows?
But to him, it's just as real, right? And I love the ending because I think though it's this, in my opinion, it's
sad
this,
ending.
It's this Coen brothers ending of like, well, life goes on, champ.
Yeah, even
Everything grows.
But you become part of the
universe.
cosmos.
Dude, I wanted to cry. Dude. I really wanted to. This is such a good film.
So
great.
ratings all around. I'm just gonna give this an extremely strong 9.
Yeah.
I feel like the exploration of being lost in life and not knowing why things are happening and questioning, is it bad luck? Is it bad juju?
Yeah,
what is it? The film that like I got tattooed on me permanently for the rest of my life. It explores the same topic, and I feel like I just align more with the way that Wes Anderson explored it. But this one, it's in that same vein. I mean, it's so powerful. And this last year was such a heavy year, and this year started kind of heavy. And I think we all felt connected to this one in a very special way. And it's a personal favorite of the year. This one, But yeah, I want to give it an extremely strong 9. I think that's where it sits. Rick, did you get a chance?
Yes, I agree with you. 9, really good. I mean, fantastic performance. There's not a lot said in the beginning, not a lot said throughout the entire film, but you're all with them on the same boat. You feel what he feels.
Yeah.
You think what he thinks, and it doesn't have to be said. So, very good film.
Nice.
Crushing.
Austin?
Soul crushing, but yes.
Personal favorite of mine this year. I have to battle with myself when giving a rating for this one, as much as I want to give it like
I agree.
such a high rating, but also remembering the films that come out, but how I personally connected with it. I'd probably just give it a 9 for now. If it wins, I'd be really happy, but I know it's not going to. But yeah.
I'm with you guys, man. I just want to give it a little bit more love. I don't know, just for somebody. I'll give it a 9.2. It hit all the senses in my... whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
It just touches.
It just touched me. This character, man. I mean, I love how towards the end it starts skipping through time. Right? It's like he's seeing the world evolve, and
Yeah,
when
because
he sees the astronauts, and then at the end, where it kind of like for him, it ties the bow to everything, making it sense when he takes that airplane.
even
fight.
when anything traumatic happens, it's it's like you want the world to stop. Like every moment he just feels like I just want it to stop. But even in the whole thing where he's constructing the railroad, it's a conversation of like the world keeps growing, the world keeps expanding.
The sad part
like
of it. It's like for him, well, I don't know. I don't know if that's a good quote, but no, that's a horrible
Dude,
quote.
like the whole thing with William H. Macy was like, yeah, we cut these down 40, 50 years ago, and look, they're right back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And his whole
then the
perspective of
shoes
like
grow.
how much everything's changed, and then
The shoes that they nail, eventually
like,
it grows into
yeah,
it. It's like,
symbolic.
wow, so many.
Yeah,
Carlos.
definitely. Not to be the contrarian of this space because I think though emotionally it's such an important film, and it explores a topic very accurately.
Yeah.
I think cinematically it lacks for me. I think it's a beautiful picture. I think the cinematography is incredible.
with
The
you, I'm with
acting
you.
is great. And the directing, kudos to Clint Bentley, man. I mean, he hasn't done very many films, and for this to be as strong as it is, it's very impressive.
Shit. And then nominated for
I
Best Picture.
think for me, films that go through vignettes are very tricky. I think vignettes can be either extremely informative and kind of just present the brief pictures that it's trying to present with a purpose, and I think this film does that. but I think vignettes for me end up feeling undercooked a lot of the times. And take it from a guy who's like heavy about dialogue and shit like that. You know, it's just in terms of my sensibilities,
Yeah.
I think this lacks. But it's also a great example of show don't tell, which I'm not very good at as a director.
This is exactly what it is.
It's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a very visual film, but again, my no pun intended, my sentimental approach to cinema aligns more with like Sentimental Value or Hamnet. And that's kind of more melodrama and it's more dialogue and it's a different situation altogether. But I will say this. I think the thing that impacted me the most about this thing is just like Dalal said earlier, the fact that whether it's a happy moment in your life or the saddest moment in your life, you want the world to stop. And what this film is really about is manifest destiny. Manifest destiny.
Okay.
And the West must progress, and we must continue. Like towards the end, when he's actually on the train, there's cities now.
Yeah,
there's bridges, there's cars, there's roads.
Yeah.
And I think it's about that. I think the film is about how we, as humans, are the what is the term? We're main character syndrome or whatever, where we think we're the main character of our lives, but truthfully, we're just kind of part of an ecosystem, and that's okay. That's part of the deal. And it's very romantic and special when we just kind of go back to the ether.
That's really well put.
And that's how I process death. And that makes me feel good about a film like this is like I process death like, well, when it's your time, and it'll be my time at some point. It'll be anybody's time at some point. So, and I think that's maybe a defense mechanism, but I think that's the best alignment I have with death is like a film like this to say like, it's heavy. It's soul crushing. It's the shittiest thing that could happen to somebody when you love somebody. But I'll get there at some point. I'll be the boots on the tree. And that's kind of beautiful.
Fuck.
And so I give this film a tremendous amount of kudos for the sentimentality behind it. I just think cinematically, I don't quite know where it's at.
Can we get a number though?
What do you mean? What number?
Yeah, I'm like at an 8.7. I give this an 8.7, and it probably deserves more. But right now I'm at an 8.7 because I don't know that cinematically, in the conversation of cinema and what we've all kind of compared to, I don't think it's pushing the medium forward.
Yeah,
I don't think it's doing anything.
I didn't want to go higher.
No, yeah,
than that.
like you said, it's just a personal.
I don't think it tried. Yeah, I think it's very, very personal.
Yeah.
But by the same token, I'm also discovering this part of myself cinematically. I'm reading this book on Satyajit Ray right now, and the book is called My Years with the Pooh.
And how much you hated America?
I love that title.
Nah, we haven't got quite in there yet. Quite got in there yet. The book, I'm barely kind of halfway through the book, and the first part of it is just him being like, "Yeah, I was working for an ad agency till my like late 30s, and then I discovered cinema." But my point with that is that he's kind of people like Satyajit Ray or things like Tokyo Story or other bits of cinema, Powell and Pressburger cinema. I can't run from the fact that I'm discovering a part of myself that just wants to see cinema that doesn't have all the bells and whistles. And that's what Train Dreams is. Though it's building a set and it's a period piece, on paper you're asking for all the bells and whistles, but I'm willing to bet that this film was an eighth of the budget of something like Hamnet and did it extremely well. And I think that that's something beautiful. I think that when you have a story and a filmmaker that wants to align with just telling a very sincere, heartfelt story, they're going to come hell or high water. 34 and 35 million for Train Dreams.
Yeah, it's pretty relatively low compared to
Hamnet
Best
is
Buy.
30, 34, 35.
Oh, this one's which one then? Oh, under 30.
under 30.
Okay, so about the same. But again, how do you use your resources, right? And
Exactly.
Fun fact, because of budgetary constraints, they had to shoot this extremely fast. And then also...
they shot on an RE Mini.
They had to shoot RE Mini. They wanted to go film for this one.
They went digital.
But they had to go digital because, they just didn't have...
29 days they shot
29
this thing.
days. And then I also heard that they only cut down like 4 trees because
pretty sure, the
they couldn't harm
activity.
like more of them.
Yeah.
So a lot of the trees that they were cutting were actually made out of like carbon fiber and like they were prop trees for them to like saw through, but they were hard enough that like it's meant to like give the effect and like the challenge.
I
That scene right
explored-
there. I haven't seen myself in 10 years. And I can see the
Great, man.
toe.
He
It's
doesn't have
like,
a
Nuts,
mirror.
yeah.
I finally see the toe. It's like, oh my God.
I just finished writing something that deals with this, deals with grief in a sense, and deals with like, I just saw the image of the tree falling, and it's like, well, a redwood's gonna grow so high, and then once it's cut down, it's hopefully used for something great.
I've thought about that.
And then eventually, even if he builds it to build his house, that house will go back to the earth anyways. It's a constant state of recycling that nature does by itself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what grief is. Ultimately, I think that's what death is.
I also,
Yep.
Can-
I agree.
yeah.
I was gonna say, Criterion, if you're watching this, please give us a treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
man.
only
It's
because since it's
definitely-
Netflix, we're not gonna get a hard copy unless it gets Criterion.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah. You're right.
That is
I'm pretty sure there's been a handful of Netflix releases that are Criterion. So
Roma.
Roma is definitely one of
Roma,
them.
Roma was the Netflix?
And if it does, gosh, my kudos for somebody like Clint Bentley, man. Like, dude's doing what I want to do in cinema.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, this
it's
one-
gorgeous. And
Ah.
you know, oh, I'm sorry.
we have something to present.
We do. I was going to finish off a couple of thoughts.
Oh, I'm going to fight you guys for one of those.
Well, no, I was just gonna say again, it's weird because this one hits me similarly to the way I got hit with like Asteroid City. I felt like Asteroid City, it was this exploration in a very quirky Wes Anderson way,
Right.
but it was an exploration of like the unknown and mystery, and as opposed to presenting it in a more intimate level like this, it was presenting it with like, let's make something fun. Aliens come and show up and then leave, and it's like, well, we just had something that we saw and now it's gone. And what does that mean? And what does it mean for all of us? And like, what's the point of all this? And then they're performing the play, and it's like, I don't understand the character. Like, he's just kind of like lost and confused, and like, I don't get it. I know what I have to do, but I don't get it. And then there's that powerful monologue of like, it doesn't matter. You just have to keep performing, because it's not like it stops just because you don't understand. And things are going to keep happening that you just don't understand. And to me, the symbolism and the impact and the metaphors and all that kind of stuff, I just feel like I align more with that. But it's the same type of story that we're seeing in Train Dreams. It's just saying, instead of making it all goofy and elaborate and all that, let's just stick to one person going through his own life.
Make no mistake, art, cinema, specific art, any type of art, but let's say cinema in this scenario. Cinema was created for a human being to explore their frustrations, their fascinations with the one thing everybody's afraid of, which is their own mortality. And and that's what something like Asteroid City or Train Dreams does, is it's man's exploration. If you really bog yourself down to it, every story in the existence of humanity, books, film, whatever, they're an exploration of our mortality. Can I fall in love before I die? Can I make a life with someone before I die? Can I build a house before I die? What are you going to do before your clock kind of strikes? So that's like, in my opinion, the most fascinating films are the exploration. Lastly, we want to give a big shout out to Mr. Chuck Horak for giving us this very special gift. It
Chuck
is
is
a
awesome,
signed poster of Train Dreams by Joel Edgerton and director Clint Bentley. So I think
That's so cool.
this will sit in the Tower office, but it might not.
I think it sits
Nah,
with Austin.
It might very well sit with Austin in his personal collection.
True.
But we just want to kind of show this because this is fucking cool. Oscar nominated
It's a
director.
great film,
No,
guys.
not director. Oscar nominated. No, not actor. Oscar nominated film signed by the director and the star. And Joel Edgerton's no small fish, man. This is fucking dope.
I said this before. This is one of the few that I would give like a strong contender for best cinematography.
Definitely.
It's gorgeous. It's simplistic. It's a challenge to get some of these shots, but it communicates so much. And I
Darius
think
Kanji.
again, the whole conversation of like, you're not seeing a film, you're breathing it. I think the way that you can have something that feels so grounded and realistic, yet they create all these metaphors within the trees and within
Yeah.
it falling and all that kind of stuff.
I'll
I
toss
was
this out there,
extreme-
though. I think this is the strongest year we've had in cinematography in a while.
Yeah, it's
There's
gorgeous.
no, like, it is a toss-up. I think.
Yeah,
this year.
no, because I mean, you look at One Battle and they're like
The VistaVision.
the VistaVision and what it's done there. You look at Sinners and you see the fact that they were able to put the same actor in two places, match it perfectly, and have like movement in the camera, but they're the same. Two different roles, same person. It's crazy. Marty Supreme, I mean, it's just this extravagant, multiple location, big
And it's
challenge.
Darius Kanji.
Frankenstein's gorgeous.
Darius Kanji did 7.
The what?
Darius Kanji, Marty Supreme. He's the DP for 7. He's Fincher's DP.
Oh, shit,
essentially.
nice.
Yeah, like it's an extremely
really?
strong year. I think all of these films on a cinematography front, you have something to learn from. I feel like right now, Train Dreams is what I'm learning from the most right now.
Yeah.
But all of these are master classes in every way. So yeah, it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a really fun Oscar watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the 10 Best Picture nominees for the
Appreciate you
98th
guys.
Academy Awards. Let us know what you think, what your favorites are. You have basically less than a week to vote before the Oscars. Let us know what you guys think. We certainly enjoyed every single one of these pictures for different reasons, but I think it's going to be a strong year. I think it's going to be a great award ceremony this year, and there's just so much to talk about. I think we'll infinitely be talking about all of these films for different reasons and what we pick up on them. But let us know what you think. If you've made it this far, we thank you. We ask that you continue to share this podcast, like, comment, share, comment, and I said comment twice. Give us a rating of sorts on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You'll be helping us out a ton. Tomorrow, no, a week
Next
from
week.
today, we'll be covering the 90th Academy Awards. What we
Yes.
thought live on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. That's it.
TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Yeah, those 3.
The best ones.
And then we'll be talking about our Oscar stub.
We will. Our snub pick has been, if you haven't guessed by now, Benny Safdie's The Smashing Machine. We'll be talking about that in 2 weeks. Just talking about this film and what we thought about it and why we think it deserved to be nominated for Oscars. We were between The Smashing Machine and Eddington, but ultimately, and we talked about the Phoenician Scheme as well, but ultimately we're going with The Smashing Machine. So let us know what you think about The Smashing Machine and how The Rock should have been nominated for.
He really should. I think not only nominated, but it won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. That's what we'll cover in the next 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, and then we go back to our regularly scheduled programming.
I'd like to say, extremely fun to watch all these films with you guys. Like I
Absolutely.
feel like,
Agreed.
if you haven't picked it up by now, but the whole kind of like point of the podcast and the reason we do it, not because we're getting paid behind the scenes, but because our journey as filmmakers is something that Carlos always says, like good cinema begets good cinema. And I feel like by us just going and making it a real point of saying, I'm going to watch all the best pictures of this year, just that category.
Even if it's not
We
your
learn
style.
so much
Yeah,
about
yeah.
ourselves, about style, about technique.
And sometimes get exposed to cinema we may have never.
That
been
is the
exposed to.
main one.
Things like Secret Agent and things like Sentimental Values.
Dude,
like
something like Train Dreams, I probably never would have watched.
yeah,
if it
you would have
wasn't
just
for
let
the-
it flow along.
Yeah.
Same.
But again, these are all things that once you go in and you watch, and that's why we love the Academy Awards. All of us, I think, are stronger as filmmakers and film critics and actors, directors, editors. We all find our place. So I had a lot of fun with this. I always have fun with these
absolutely-
episodes.
Absolutely.
Like
That's
these
a
are not
tradition that
tiring
will live on.
episodes. They're like super, super fun. So yeah, thank you guys.
It will live on. Love to be watching cinema with you, gentlemen. Another great year of cinema.
Same.
Thank you for tuning into the WatchTower Film Podcast. We'll see you next week. Enjoy the Academy Awards, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you after. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Not everybody.
Love you guys.
Quick, give your best impression of Conan when he says.
Hey, I'm going. It's convenient.
He's got the hair.
You think he's gonna do the?
He's got the Johnny
Oh, he
Bravo.
always has to, right?